I saw Matlock.
Only you would refer to Andy Griffith as Matlock.
Well, I don't want to get too arcane. Yeah, his real name's Andy Griffith, but now he calls himself Ben Matlock.
Where'd you bump into him at?
He was at the airport at the LAX.
You're kidding me. Now, that would be a thrill for me.
Oh, man, it was incredible because, like, I grew up watching the Andy Griffith Show, and then later when he changed his name to Ben Matlock.
Yeah.
So,
Norman, what do you got planned today? What are you going to do?
well, I was going to tell you my Matlock story, but...
No, go ahead. Sorry. I've got time. Go ahead. Recount. I thought you had to go. Go ahead.
No, I remember I was telling you about how I met Andy Griffith.
Yes.
So he's reading this big book, you know.
Oh, right,
so
that's it.
I say I'll sidle up beside him and pretend to read a big book myself, you know, and then we'll get in a discussion, right? Because I didn't want to just bug him, you know.
That's how you meet people.
And I was hoping maybe he'd, by some crazy chance, maybe recognize me or something. So I stand beside him, and he's reading and everything like that, and I'm talking to him and everything. Anyways, turns out the guy's not Andy Griffith. Just an old man. So now I'm just talking to an old man who clearly is always like mistaken for Andy Griffith, but uses it, you know, because I'm like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and who would talk to an 85-year-old man? So this guy's just milking it, you know.
Oh, Norman, I love you. I'll talk at you down the road. The Dennis Miller Show.
You know, you're in the middle of your big promotional tour for Sports Show.
Yeah, I was on Letterman. Who's better than Letterman, right?
Nobody.
And, no, I didn't mean
I
that.
know, I agree with you. Nobody
No, they
is.
think I'm making a joke. But
Yeah,
no,
right.
of course, we
Yeah,
grew up
yeah,
on Letterman.
that's why we want to do this
Yeah,
stuff,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
I don't want to do it, but...
Well, it's why we've agreed to do it.
Yeah, but what's awesome is you get to meet, like, guys, right? So I was on Letterman. I met Willie Nelson, is one of my heroes because I love country western music, and my buddy Billy Joe Shaver is buddies with Willie. So when I was at Letterman last week, I was like, I gotta go talk to Willie, you know.
Yeah.
So then the guy that's the segment producer is like, hey, Nora Jones is with him, you know. I don't know who that is. But you know how you get old legends to sing with some young
Right,
person?
yeah.
So I go, okay, whatever. So he goes, yeah, but she'll be there. Like, don't forget to say anything. I go, all right. So I go down, and there's Willie Nelson. I'm like, oh my God, we're telling all these stories and everything. And then there's a lady standing beside him, yeah. So then he hits me like this, you know. I go, ah, and then I remember, I go, Nora Ephron. Oh. And then I go, Nora Jones. I said Nora Jones after, but I said Nora Ephron because here's the thing. When you say Nora fast, it's hard not to say Ephron right after.
It's one of the hardest things you could ever do in your life.
You like Rickles, right?
I love Rickles, yeah.
I did a movie with Rickles, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's so awesome.
Dirty Work, right?
Dirty Work, yeah. So it's so awesome. I like it. So awesome, and so he couldn't remember. He couldn't remember any lines, you know. So I'd go like I write something that I thought sounded like Rickles. Like I go, hey, say Don, say this to Artie Lang. You know, say Baskin Robbins called me today, and they're down to 3 flavors. You know? So then he goes, look at you. He goes, Baskins and Johnson called me today. He goes, and you know what they told me? They told me. You ate all their ice cream. All their ice cream. Tubs and tubs of ice cream. And now, they don't. It's like 45 minutes. But this is the funniest, man.
You don't give Don Rickles lines.
I tell you, man.
You let him come up with his own.
You gotta let him go.
Yeah, that's right.
But Rickles, man, he's the real deal.
He's the best. Yeah.
He's the funniest guy. And so that week, Sinatra was on his deathbed. Right? Frank Sinatra, Rickles', close friend.
Sure.
You know. So at lunch, I was like, people were like, should we mention Sinatra? I don't think we should mention him, bum him out, you know. So, but then I said, I don't want to ask him, you know. So I said, hey, Frank, hey, Don, have you talked to Frank lately, you know? And he goes, yeah, I saw him last week. There was a lot of this. Guy died 4 days later. And then I said, oh. And he goes, yeah. He goes, it's a lot of me with my head 2 inches from Frank's face going, "I'm not Barbara."
Well, Frank wouldn't have wanted it any other way. I have a feeling.
That's right. One more thing about my impression of you that I just recalled.
What?
I had a chance to meet Johnny Carson because of that impression.
Sudden thought, when did sugar diabetes become plain old diabetes?
How so?
Because Johnny Carson phoned me and he said he loves Larry King and every day he reads the News and Views, which was the impression I did was your News and Views in USA Today. So I had a chance to meet Johnny Carson, which I didn't take.
Why?
He would tell me stories, he could tell me stories about everybody, that existed ever in life in show business. And then I'd have to go, did you ever meet Chris Kattan? I wouldn't have anything to give back.
But he wanted to meet Norm. You missed the.
I should have done it.
You're weird, Norm.
I met guys though. I did an impression of you on Saturday Night Live. Your King's Things, bulletin points, and so I did a parody of that on SNL, and I only had to slightly magnify it.
This is News and Views. Here's my 2 cents, gang. If you only see one film the rest of your life, it should be Mickey Blue Eyes.
I get a call from Johnny Carson, and he wants to meet with me at his office. So I go to his office, it's just me and him. And he pulls out a whole bunch of USA Today's clips, of your column. And he starts reading them. He goes, "Here, you take some, I'll take some, we'll read them."
Just in the office.
Yeah, just me and him in the office, both of us doing Larry King impressions.
You do a lot of work for charity, Norman, in the sense that you'll go on TV shows for charity. You did, didn't you do a Celebrity Millionaire or something like that? Yeah. And how did you do on that? Did you win money?
Yeah.
You did.
I did. The charities did.
You're not the celebrity?
The charities did.
But you were the celebrity on Millionaire.
Yeah, do you remember leukemia?
Yeah.
My money that pushed it over doesn't exist anymore.
You got rid of it.
I got rid of it.
No, you went on Millionaire with Regis, right?
Yeah.
And Regis asked you questions.
Yeah.
And then you answered up to, do I have this right? $500,000 worth of questions.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he won $500,000.
Brainiac.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty smart. $500,000 to get up to. That's pretty good.
Norm's a smart motherfucker.
But I'm not anywhere close to Brainiac.
Well, Brainiac, of course, was invented on Krypton. He's a supercomputer. But
Yeah.
I don't say literally. You're
I
Brainiac,
was saying, you're comparing me. That's high praise. Because
Well.
Brainiac, you could tell even from his head how smart he was.
And he had tubes coming out of his head.
I know, man.
Norm picked Paul Newman's charity because Norm wanted to meet Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
And
so
then-
you gave to his salad dressing
Yeah.
empire kind
and
of thing?
also, it is a great
The hole in the
cause.
wall
The hole in the
kids
wall
or something?
gag.
How long ago was this? A couple of years ago?
Yeah.
So Paul Newman was...
26 years ago.
So did Paul Newman call you personally and say to you, hey...
No, he wrote a letter.
Did he?
Yeah.
Look at you. $500,000 contribution.
Yeah. And I could have gone to meet him, but then I was too afraid.
What do you mean you were afraid?
Well, and like it seems like a good idea, but then when it comes down to it, it's just you and Paul Newman.
Yeah, you don't know what
in
to
a
say.
room. Yeah, and then you got no stories. Like what am I gonna say?
Paul
Hey
Newman-
man, one time Will Ferrell was
Rob Schneider and
Yeah.
Football Williams. I'm sure
Rob
you'd love him.
Schneider.
Are
you
you
know
gonna-
him at all? Do you know anyone that I'm talking about?
Are you...
Do you know any entertainers I know?
That was a great story about you and Redford.
Yeah.
Listen, me and Artie Lang.
In other words,
So that was Robert Shaw, huh? Hey, fucking Bud Friedman's backstage with me.
in
This
other
guy's a
words,
character.
what
Huh?
you're saying is Paul Newman wrote you a letter and said, why don't you come out to my Paul Newman ranch
Yeah.
and hang out with me?
Yeah.
So
but
I can
plus,
get to know
I
you.
kind of got the assumption that it would not be just me and Paul Newman. I suddenly had a fucking vision that it might be me, Paul Newman, and very sick children.
Oh, God.
So then it didn't become as appealing.
Well, you know what? Gary actually went to Paul Newman's house. Papa Booey went to Paul
did?
Newman's. Yes. He was there for some charity event.
Oh, not to
I think
harass him.
it was a political thing.
A political thing.
Connecticut.
And Gary was in the barn. Paul Newman has a barn on his property.
Yeah.
And if he wants to meet with you, he meets with you in the barn where he has all his memorabilia from his. Well, now he's dead, but he had all his memorabilia in the barn.
Gary, go to the barn.
You walk around and it's almost like a Paul Newman museum. You see pictures, you see trophies, you see Academy Award, whatever, and then Paul Newman appears at the barn, and he speaks with you, and then he leaves. And that would have been it. I'm sure he wouldn't have.
Oh, that would have been it. Oh, that's his shtick he does. It's his meet and greet. It's like Artie backstage at an Indian casino. I was going to be Martin Short's friend for a while. We were in negotiations.
Yeah, how'd that break down?
I don't know. I met him. He was fucking funny, and he made me laugh, and he was laughing at me and shit. So I said, "Hey, we should be friends and stuff." And he said, "Yeah, well, let's be friends." You go to a cottage, and I was like, "Ah, fuck, I'd have to go to a cottage, you know." And then so it never caught on because the cottage was in my head and shit.
What do you mean?
Still, I would like, that guy would be cool to fucking hang out with.
What do you mean?
met him.
That would be a good friend
But then
for you.
going to a cottage, you understand?
I don't want to go to a cottage.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem.
All of a sudden, you're going on a cottage on a plane.
But that's the problem.
Maybe I shouldn't have done this.
No,
what?
That's the problem
What's
with you. So if someone suggests something right away, it's not
too guarded. I know what you're saying.
It's not cool enough for you. Where would you go
cool
with Martin
enough.
Short?
I think
Martin Short says, "Let's go to a cottage
no,
and hang out."
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like I think you're right when I said I'm too guarded. Like I'm not willing to do things.
You don't want to be trapped in a cottage with Martin Short.
I love that part.
The idea of being friends with Martin Short is fun. The idea of being in a cottage with Martin Short and then having the pressure to talk and to interact with one another.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work out for you, and it wouldn't work out for me either.
But you go on that vacation.
But maybe in another lifetime.
Yeah.
When it comes to my sports.
Who is your favorite?
My favorite sportscaster of all time?
Yep.
It would be a tie. It would be a tie between Marv Albert and Howard Cosell.
You did Harry Carey impersonation. Did you do Cosell? Did you ever do?
One time I met Cosell when I was a boy, and I was struck by his honest. Oh, here's a funny Cosell thing. I was watching Monday Night Baseball once. You probably remember when this happened. Dave Winfield hit the pigeon.
The seagull in Toronto.
Seagull.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed the seagull in practice the day before. So then they used to have Monday Night Baseball, right, with Cosell and Keith Jackson and stuff.
Yeah.
And so Cosell would do those great cold openings, and he goes, they show like a picture of Winfield. He had killed the bird the day before. And then Cosell goes, that man, Dave Winfield, last night. What is that? He goes, last night, he was 2 for 3 with 4 hits, 3 RBIs, and 1 BIRD. Tonight, he proves that diamonds are not a gull's best friend. Tonight, he would always, like, right after his joke, yell tonight.
Once you get started with
he came. This is my story about it. When I was in Toronto, I was a little young boy, and he was coming out of a hotel, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Howard Cosell." So, and Toronto at the time, it was mid-season, and Montreal and Toronto were both leading their league. Very, very strange. And so we were all excited about Toronto. We said, and we were just kids, and nobody else was around. We said, Howard, how do you think Toronto is going to do this year? And he just walked by us, and he goes, frankly, I like Baltimore. Hey, Dan, I heard you old boys talking about Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
I thought I'd share a tale about him with you.
Okay.
I went to see him at here in Los Angeles with because Merle Haggard was opening for him,
Okay.
And I'm just an old chunk of coal, and I like Merle, so I was there for Merle, but I stayed for Bob Dylan, and he was kind of a. It was like you were saying, you couldn't understand what songs he was singing. And but anyways, halfway through the concert, all of a sudden, because he doesn't talk to the audience or something, all of a sudden he started talking to the audience. And he said, Ringo, 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 about 45 times. So everyone was sort of in shock. And finally, a light went into the audience, and it was Ringo Starr was sitting there with some lady. And then he's all uncomfortable. He's like, Ringo. So he said it about 12 more times.
Did you meet him?
Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him. What happened was, I was going to finish my Ringo story.
Oh, I'm sorry, Norm. I'm sorry. Ringo.
Ringo. So anyways, he said, Ringo, like a whole bunch of times. And then he said, any songs you want to hear, Ringo? And then Ringo Starr said, I don't know, do you know any Bob Dylan songs?
Do I?
For this story?
Yeah.
Yeah, so name one.
Tangled Up in Blue.
Yeah, so he said, Ringo goes, well, how about Tangled Up in Blue? He goes, I already did that one.
He just didn't understand that he was doing Tangled Up in Blue.
No one understood anything. But, yeah, I did meet him, but I don't know him because I'm into country. I'm into outlaw country. So I was there for Merle.
Yeah, I like Merle.
You like Merle?
Yeah. I like Waylon.
Oh, God, you like all the guys I like. My best friend is Billy Joe Shaver. He wrote Honky Tonk Heroes for all those boys. And, Waylon, Willie.
And the boys.
All those boys. There's some new guys on the horizon. There's Hank the Third. But most of this country has turned into stuff Michael Sam would listen to.
Well, careful here.
What? No, I mean, I enjoy seeing a guy kissing another guy, as much as the next feller. But I'm just glad he wasn't picked in the first round.
You're not sure what would happen?
Well, it may have been full-on insertion.
Angry over the Atlanta Braves and Cleveland Indians' use of Indian caricatures as logos, Native Americans showed up at the World Series tonight. They chanted for hours to protest Indian stereotypes, though it didn't help their cause any when it started to rain. Native Americans in upstate New York are trying to block plans to build a Kmart on the site of a Mohican burial ground. In addition, they were upset to learn that sales at this particular Kmart will be announced, "Attention Kmart Savages." In Michigan, State Historical Commission officials say they will not interfere with the building of a new major sports stadium, even if construction unearths historical artifacts. However, state Indian Affairs officials say that if relics from a Native American tribe are found, they would like to have the land set aside and designated as a sacred tribal burial ground / giant casino. In Wisconsin, students at Menominee High School are desperately fighting efforts by the politically correct to change their team nickname the Indians. Already, opponents of the name have rejected the students' first compromise, the Drunken Indians. They feel that's almost worse in a way, In Bridgeport, Connecticut, the Staticoti Indian tribe is seeking recognition by the Bureau of Indian Affairs in order to open either a manufacturing company or a casino. I wonder which one they'll choose. Manufacturing company or the casino. In Norwich, Connecticut, a local museum has made a long overdue effort at racial reconciliation by returning 21 ancient tribal artifacts to the Mohegan Indians. But as for everything else in the country, we'll be keeping that. It's good news, really. We don't have to give any of it back.
It's like the difference between the Cleveland Indians and the Washington Redskins. I can see where Redskin might upset somebody just a little. I don't think you're ever going to get it changed, but at least it is a bit denigrating. But Indians, isn't that? I never understand that.
Oh, you don't understand it?
No.
Well, here's the thing, man.
Or Braves.
I have no formal education,
mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, I don't have any informal education. It's not like I'm hanging out with professors on the weekend, right?
Yes.
But this is the way I understand it. Old Chris Columbus,
mm-hmm.
he sailed over here
Right.
And then he got here, and he thought it was India.
Jesus, what a dolt. And that's the source of us all.
Yeah, so he goes, hey, man, look at all those Indians.
All right. Oh, that's it.
And then one of his buddies goes, hey, man, we took a wrong turn at the middle of the Pacific Ocean. This is America. and then he goes, hey, you Indians better get the hell out of here. You're not even in the right country.
Well, once you're about to take a country from somebody, you cannot refer to them as Native Americans. It only makes your task harder. They will fight harder because you've already told them you assume that it is their property. But my feeling is at some point there were an ice people, a horde of, almost Piltdown-men-like creatures who the Indians or whatever, the Native Americans came in and took this from. Isn't that the way of the world, Norm? That eventually everybody takes something.
What's a Piltdown, man? You talking about the old days?
I'm sorry to throw you off the scent of the conversation. I'm talking about in Paleolithic times. I assume that the Native Americans were not native here either, but came down and took this from somebody else. That's just the way of the world.
Yeah, everybody takes everything. Listen, Mother Nature is a brutal bitch.
Mm-hmm.
A red-clawed,
paint the picture.
Machine that eats and
shrieking harridan.
Yeah.
So, Jenny, what month was your issue?
May of 08.
Who was on the cover? Do you remember?
It was a Russian girl.
Uh-oh.
And my nickname's Genocide, so I think that was kind of funny.
What?
Why is that? It's funny because there was a genocide.
In Russia?
Only about 70 years ago.
Against the Russian people.
Who still lives? But me. That's not a
You
joke.
first. Check it back. No, it was it wasn't a complete genocide.
What do you mean?
No, it was.
Well, Stalin was a mass murderer.
Only Jewish people seem to get really offended by my nickname.
There are fives in a case. Right.
Well,
they're the only ones that.
Well, the only true genocide was the.
Sam, another one this way, Sam.
That was a true genocide.
Wow. What?
The American Indians was a true genocide.
No, that was for land.
No, that was justified.
That was for land. We were taking their property.
No,
it doesn't matter. What does it matter what the motive?
No, the genocide.
Yeah, the motive is to just hatred of a race to exterminate them without a political or economic agenda.
What we did with the Indians.
Well, it's not justifiable.
No, well, who's saying it's justified?
I said, well,
You just got a very.
I'm just wondering how it's
just one counterpoint.
You've never heard the legal term justifiable genocide? Hitler was out of his mind at the time.
Baby, won't you come by? Everything's better with you by my side. A movie and dinner tonight. Pour a couple drinks and yeah, we're feeling fine. And when the
is Norm MacDonald.
Thank you. Thank you, but I am sorry I cannot, in good conscience, accept this award on behalf of Melissa McCarthy. I instead have chosen to give my time to a friend who has something very important to say.
My name is Johnny Two Feathers. While you enjoy tonight's show, I want you to think about something. The spot where you're sitting, every square foot of ground in this country was stolen from my ancestors. And after you stole it, you murdered them. So you'll forgive us if we do not laugh along. There is nothing funny about the extermination of a people. The theater stinks of blood. That's all I have to say. Oh.
Johnny Two Feathers, everybody. Johnny Two Feathers. Give him a wave, Johnny. Johnny, you don't want to wave? All right. Well, Johnny Two Feathers, everybody. And we're going to read jokes. We read jokes.
I thought you were going to talk about this thing.
We're going to talk about the man. What about the man grate?
Is that like a genital cleanser?
No! No, my God. What is the man grate, you ask?
Okay.
Huh?
Fine, I didn't, but...
You didn't ask. It is 100% made in America. Cast iron grilling grates.
Iron. You don't pronounce it iron.
That's what everybody tells me.
It's the iron horse. Like Lou Gehrig was the iron horse of baseball.
Yes.
The word I-R-O-N is iron. No, iron.
Cast iron.
Iron?
Cast iron grilling grates that are
kidding when you say iron?
You know what? Don't be like fucking Larry King. That motherfucker, I say iron and he's up my asshole for fucking 4 days.
It should be iron. That's what makes English the world's toughest language.
Yeah?
You know, right? Sure.
It is the
Because
toughest language.
to
To me,
learn.
it's the easiest. Man, great. Great. Have you heard of the man grate?
Yes, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear about it?
On Adam Carolla's podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that? Do you have a father? Man grate is the perfect gift for this Father's Day. Is he alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. 100% made in America. If he was dead, it would have been a really bad moment in the commercial. Your dad's alive?
No.
Fuck. God damn it. I'm sorry about your dad.
That's fine.
Your father's dead. But you have children. You are a father.
Yes, and I'm not dead.
Yes.
Maybe you'll give me one and
I'll give you one. Is your mom still alive?
My mom?
Yeah.
No, she's dead.
Jesus Christ, is any of your relatives fucking alive? It's man grate. They are revolutionizing the way people grill. What, Adam Egan? It's true. You haven't heard of the revolution? You can put chicken on this or steak. That's not that unique. It has heavy duty grilling grates. Why are you laughing? You think the grilling grates are flimsy?
These are very heavy.
Yes, no, but that's part of the charm. It weighs a lot of pounds.
Is that heavy?
Yeah. Listen, man, what was that fucking Vegas story?
Jesus Christ. Sorry. What is in that?
Again. It's revolutionizing the way people grill.
Jesus.
What?
I thought it was like a... All right.
You want to hear what it has?
Yeah.
It has heavy-duty grilling grates. Listen. No more dry meat. What do you think of that?
Good. You want your meat juicy.
Oh, come on now. Don't make it sound like a fucking fat, plumpy, delicious cock. No more flare-ups. You know, in your barbecues, all those big flare-ups. It was named one of 2012's best grilling accessories. There's more fucking facts about the man grate than about Nick. Why are you laughing? You're making a mockery out of the man grate. Chicken, steak, has never tasted so good. Hey, how about this? Each NORM MACDONALD show order comes with a heavy-duty grilling brush.
Jesus.
You don't want to put that on your not dry meat?
Look at that. Those things are dirty.
No.
That's from the iron.
Are you sure?
Yes. Well, it's not from my cock.
What?
I just went to the bathroom. You say cock so much.
I'm coming in your butt.
Oh my God. Well, listen, man. Hey,
your mouth is my toilet.
Again. This commercial is like a mini-series. Are you a jingoist? 100% made in America. 100% cast iron. Mangrate.com. Thank you, Andy. That's yours. You just threw your own going away present with contempt to the floor. That was our only sponsor.
Oh, yeah, and you lost.
Yeah, now we found out we lost Man Grate as a sponsor. And then earlier today, I think we were told legally we can't say we lost them as a sponsor even.
Yeah, I think we were still waiting to find out if we were allowed to say that.
But anyways,
Fuck
that
it,
was
who cares?
Schwartzen.
We lost him.
That was Nick Schwartzen that fucked it all up.
I was at a party with a friend inside, noticed you first, and you returned my gaze, knew how to quench my thirst. You took me to that room like a dream come true. The dance you performed was just for me and you. Kisses on the neck, then you work your way down. Let yourself go for me all around town. Seduct so good.
One of your lesser known, but one of my favorite things you've ever done is a commercial you did for the Man Grate.
God. That's an online only thing, don't you think?
It's got like 100,000, maybe a couple of million views. And I just want to know, did they ever come around to your interpretation of their ad and their product?
No, well, what he's referring to is I have this podcast that, I do this podcast, I don't make any money off it. And then they're like, do this commercial. I'm like, fuck, I don't even make any money. And so there was this goddamn thing called a Man Grate. And it weighed like 100 pounds. It was supposed to be some sort of cooking device for steak. And I had to read all this thing. And I couldn't even lift it. And I was like sweating profusely. And talking about what it was. And then, I don't know.
It gets very colorful.
Like what?
It gets very colorful.
It gets very colorful. Yeah, and I'm not going to say what I said here in a house of worship. But no, they never came around to seeing the...
that sponsorship ended.
That sponsorship ended without amicability. What are you yelling my name for?
Norman!
Shut the fuck up. Now we gotta do some thing here. Okay. No, that's very nice of you yelling my name.
No problem, Norm.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here, and I was asked to host the ESPYs this year. Yeah, hi, that's my name, Espen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're very kind. In the, what's that? Oh, yeah, no. No, you're absolutely right. That is my name. What's that? Guy yells my name for no reason.
You're not very funny.
Pardon me? No, I didn't hear what he said. Don't boo. What is going on? No, I didn't hear what he said. I'm sorry. What did you say, sir?
You're not very funny.
Who? What do I give a fuck? No, you're saying I'm not very funny. What?
You got my money. You got my money. That's okay.
How much money? How much money I got that's yours? Honestly, I don't care. How much?
Well, a couple bucks.
Are you alone or you just by yourself?
Only when I'm with someone. PM.
He's not alone, unfortunately. So what was the idea? So here's the thing. So you go, I'm gonna pay money to go see this dude, right? I think it's probably costs a lot of money, right? So, no, that would be an awful thing. That would be an awful thing. That would be a terrible thing to do. No, I just want to understand what exactly happened. So, but anyways, at some point in your life you thought I was funny. I see, because I don't got no fucking banjo or shit. So at some point in your life, you thought I was funny, right?
Weekend update, baby.
Weekend update. That's nice.
Yes, thank you. So then, have you ever seen me do anything since we got updated? Pardon me?
YouTube Morbid ones.
I'm sorry, what?
YouTube Morbid bits.
I did what?
I saw a lot of YouTube Morbid bits.
YouTube morbid bits? Oh, morbid. I see. And so then, did you like those?
No.
You didn't like those? Because I did one album that was specifically about death. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
So there were clips from the, you didn't like those. So then you said, I'll come here to this show.
You said that you were better. You weren't doing the morbid stuff anymore.
Yeah, I'm not doing the morbid stuff anymore. Did I do anything more? First of all, I never said I was better. I've never used it. But have I done anything morbid, do you think?
No, Norm, I love you, baby. That's why I'm here. So shut up.
Why you tell him shut up? He used to say he loved me. Well, that's nice. Thanks, man. That's cool that you love me. Because it's cool to love someone, even if you don't think they're fine. You know, you should love someone even if they disappoint you. No, I'm not going to check them out. Why would I do that? Yeah. So you know, it's nice of you to love me, even though I've disappointed you. Yeah, I'm sorry I disappointed you. Because seriously, I never tried. You know. I'll try to do that. But that was nice that you said that you love me on the weekend update. And it was so sweet that you said you love me. So, I love you too, bro. Oh, man, alive. We got through that all right. You gotta let people have their opinion and stuff like that. You know? Man paid a lot of money, and then he's like, what the fuck is all this shit? Morbid shit. I didn't really feel that morbid.
Love you, Norm. You rock, Where's Adam?
But let's do a morbid thing. If I could say one thing about the real heroes of the country, which I believe are the teachers, you know. I don't believe they're the real heroes. I just spoke again. I think the real heroes are the real heroes. Teachers, they get good press because people often say to me, you know who the real heroes are? I go, are they the real heroes? They go, no. I go, oh, they're the teachers. It's counterintuitive that it doesn't seem like a heroic job, but yes. First of all, if you're a teacher, you get the same fucking vacations as a child. Like 4 months a year off. You know? My vacation? I I get almost no time off. I work 48 weeks a year. 4 weeks a year I get out. What about you? You're not one of those fucking teachers, right? You seem like a teacher. Now, are you a teacher? What do you teach? What grade?
High school.
What grade? What grade? No, but what grade? Not so easy when it's the other way around. It's always easy to ask the questions. The real heroes are the fucking students. You actually have to answer the question. Now, what grade do you teach? 9 through 12. So you need a grade 13 education. No, you're the real hero. No, you're the real hero. No, I'm just kidding. You're the real hero. Her husband says, you're not the real hero. Shut the fuck up. I know, it's a fun thing to say. But what do you do? What do you do for a living that your wife's the real hero? Well, you know you're not the actual real hero, don't you? You look obsessed. Did you say how upset she is? So you actually feel you're the real hero? See, I think you've disqualified yourself a little. Because I believe real heroes don't think they are. Because when you hear the real heroes, they go, how the fuck did you run into that fucking fire and pull a guy out? You're a hero. And they go, no, it's the teachers. Not me. I'm a little scared now. I gotta go lie down. Gotta pull the guy out of a fire. That's a good job. Come on. Everybody's shorter than you? Are you going to work with? You have to do whatever the fuck you said? No, I'm sorry. What did you say? What?
But also never call you a retard.
Oh. That's an odd word for a school teacher to use. People that were teaching our young children bandying around words like retard. No, they do a lot of good. You know what I read, actually, though? A serious statistic. They actually fuck more students than... a hero. No, they actually fuck more students, if you can believe this, than priests. You know how priests... Nobody likes priests. Nobody's going around with a priest to the real hero. And yet actual priests, who I know, I'm not a Catholic, but I know pastors, you know, and my God, they most of them that I know do the Lord's work, you know. I mean, they go out and they're in hospitals and stuff, and they're doing stuff, and for no money, you know, and no recognition, and it's got to kill them, like going, yeah, people think, fuck kids. Like, if I was a priest, man, I just let it be known. Like, I do a TV commercial. I go, hey, listen, I'm Father Norm here. Come on down to my church. I won't fuck your kid. I'll tell you that. That's the first thing I promise you.
I'll tell you a little something about myself. I'm Father Norm, as I told you, and 20 years or so ago, I took a vow of chastity. Now, what that means is I cannot have sex with a lady, you know? Now, that's tough, because I like ladies, and especially the ones, you ever see those ones where they press their tits together, kind of, they got a little cleavage on, but they look kind of hoary, but it looks like they don't know they're whores? Anyway, that's my type. Everybody has their own type. The point is, I don't even fuck them, let alone a child, for God's sake. Why would I want to fuck a child? So anyways, now to Father Norm. I will not fuck your kid. And you can leave your big-titted whore wife at home. I don't need that fucking hanging around asking me questions all the time. Junkie. You gotta admit though, the guy that put that flag in the Iwo Jima, he's close. Look at that guy went to the moon. He didn't know that when he got there, the fucking spacecraft would crash or there'd be moon aliens or shit like that. I mean, I know he's not. I know it's not grade 11 biology, but I mean, it's something. It's something. Imagine any fucking other fucking job, you know, you go, hey, I'm the civil servant, I'm a hero, you know, you're fucking retarded, but a teacher, memorize this shit. Back tomorrow, and then you gotta tell it to me. Remember everything I say, and then you repeat it to me. I got some problems for you. I know you're a child, and that you don't have any problems. That's the cool thing about being a child, but guess what? You fucking got some now. On account of I've got some heroic work to do for you. Sure, you're a nice lady. Very, very heroic. But, listen, guys. In science, do you teach Newton? Isaac Newton? You know, what are you, a retard? Isaac Newton. There's kind of a... The hero that called me a retard is actually a retard herself. Everything's turned on its elbow. I'm sorry, what? A treadmill? Have I seen one? Wait, I don't even get it. It's not good when people are groaning and I don't understand it. No, have I ever seen a treadmill? Yes, of course. You mean the things you walk on? Yeah, I've seen it millions of times. What? Maybe I am a retard. Yeah, you walk on them. They're in gyms and they go, no, that's not a treadmill? You remind me of these fucking teachers I used to have. I said yes, I go, that was it, I'm pretty sure I have seen a treadmill, no matter what you say. It's a thing you walk on and then, right? You're not, what? You wouldn't be sure that I'd seen a treadmill? Well, you see, you're probably very bad at grading people. a student a question, and they give you an answer, you have to take them on faith. Well, there'd be no motive for me to lie about that question. I've seen dozens, hundreds of them. I don't want to brag, but I've been around. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen treadmills you wouldn't understand. Baby, I don't think I'll ever see you. American Music Awards. This is exciting. I'm not actually in music, so let me introduce myself. To those of you who don't know me, I'm Norm MacDonald. For those of you not familiar with me, thank you very much. I am the biological child of Melissa Etheridge and Norm Crosby. So if you want to... Well, that's the big story in music news right now. Melissa Etheridge asked her friend David Crosby to be the biological father of her children. And you know, this was a new experience for David Crosby. Usually when David Crosby picks up a turkey baster, there's a turkey in the vicinity. That's right. He's a fat guy. You know, everyone's so obsessed with their careers nowadays in music, you know what I mean? Here's a kind of a nice story. Celine Dion is retiring from music to try to start a family, you know? And I think she's serious about it because I just saw her backstage chasing David Crosby with a bucket and a copy of Swank. So I think she's serious about it. I didn't know the Judds were back together. Did you know that? I just saw them. I just saw the Judds backstage. Yeah, you're big Judds fans? I just saw the Judds backstage chasing David Crosby around with 6 mason jars and a ham sandwich tied on a fishing pole. I don't know what it means.
I've been searching for what's missing, but the answer away.
David, Melissa Etheridge has been to the society. Is a very special person. You helped her have 2 beautiful, smart children. How did you decide to give Melissa Etheridge something special?
He did this bit for us that he insisted on doing.
Sully Sullenberger?
Yes. He did a bit where he came out and he's like, yeah, Conan, I've made a movie. And I'm like, oh, really? You've made a movie? And yeah, I funded it myself. And it was about Sully Sullenberger, who landed.
Sully Sullenberger biography.
Yeah, biography about the pilot who landed the plane. And I think maintained that he did this. He had this idea before Tom Hanks. So he's a little indignant.
Well, it was actually, we showed it before Hanks ever made the movie.
Oh, is that true? Okay,
yes.
All right. It was 2009.
It was right after Sully Sullenberger heroically landed on the Hudson.
And so he shot this thing, and he got to our show early, and of course it looks like shit because we just had
It's fast,
with the barest cockpit set.
Are you familiar with Sully Sullenberg?
The captain who landed the plane on the Hudson. Everybody knows Captain Sully Sullenberger.
Everybody now knows who he is. I've known him for quite a long time.
You knew him before this whole thing happened?
I knew him 10 years ago.
You knew Sully Sullenberger, the captain who landed the plane on the Hudson, that long?
Yes.
10 years?
Yes. And I, as soon as I first met him, I thought there's something special about this guy, and I bought his story.
You're kidding. That's fantastic. That's great.
Yeah, I met him in, where did I meet him? Airport. I remember. It was a Sbarro's.
Uh-huh. That adds up, yeah.
And he was getting pizzas. He was getting pepperoni. But anyway, whatever. So
To this day, I don't know what that sketch is.
Well, it was a dry bit. It was a very dry sketch.
It was one of the driest things I've ever seen.
So the idea is that Sully Sullenberger heroically landed on the Hudson like around that time.
Yeah.
He made this movie about Sully Sullenberger, but 6 months it's been in the can. So he was looking for an ending.
Yeah.
And this guy lands. So basically,
no, the joke is
the clip
he made a movie about Sully Sullenberger before he heroically landed the plane on the... So,
so the clip is him landing on the tarmac. That's
successfully. He successfully lands the plane.
And says, thanks for flying American Airlines.
Yes.
Have a good day.
I heard you made a movie. This is going to be a huge movie. You have the movie of Captain Sully Sullenberger.
Yeah, I could... But save it up for the thing. Now listen, you know why you're standing up here. I'm just kidding you. I love you, that's why. Hey, you wanna land this?
Yeah.
Pretty well lands itself. But mostly, I know there's not enough time, but mostly we talked about it was a love story.
What? A love story with who?
Him and his wife, Lori Sungelberger. What was her name? I wrote this bit 25 minutes ago.
You want the clip or should we get out of here?
No, we should do the clip.
All right, take a look at this clip.
Sully, why didn't you give me a seat? Why do I
break it here, I guess?
A clip, and this must have exciting footage.
Well, well...
This story, the end of this story is incredible when the engines go out and...
The movie's been in the can for 6 months.
You made a movie about Captain Sully Sullenberger, and you finished it before he even crashed the plane on the Hudson, landed
Yeah, and it's too bad, man, because I was struggling for an ending for a long time. It's called Sully Sullenberger. Sully Sullenberger.
You clearly spent 10 years you've known this man? You forgot the at the end of his name?
I call him by a nickname, whatever. It's called Sully Sullenberger, Airport Pilot. But anyways, I brought a clip.
Oh, let's take a look at the clip.
Oh, can I say something?
Yeah.
I play Sully.
You play Sully in the movie? We have to see this now. Unbelievably, this was shot before the incident that made him famous, but let's take a look.
On behalf of U.S. Airline, we know you have a lot of choices to make, and we're glad you chose us. Have fun in Kansas City, everybody. It's not a good ending.
It's a terrible ending.
It's the worst possible ending. I keep saying reshoots, and they have no money for reshoots. They're like, I said a long shot of the Hudson. Nothing.
No, that's not going to do it.
And he insisted on using the woman who did his makeup, Deborah Pullman. He insisted on using her in the bit, even though it's not even clear why he needed her in the bit.
His wife played his wife.
Yeah, played his wife, and.
I have to stand here for the whole flight?
I told you it's cheaper.
So the joke is that, amazingly, a director decides to make a movie about a random pilot, Sully Sullenberger, and makes it about a successful landing before the most dramatic landing in the history of aviation. And he showed this thing. I think he had a fake mustache on. But he's barely, and this is another thing I love about him. He didn't care at all about the craft of acting. And I'll watch.
All right. Wow, this is exciting. Thank you, and welcome to the American Music Awards. This is exciting. I'm not actually in music, so let me introduce myself. To those of you who don't know me, I'm Norm MacDonald. For those of you not familiar with me, thank you very much. I am the biological child of Melissa Etheridge and Norm Crosby. So if you want to... Well, that's the big story in music news right now. Melissa Etheridge asked her friend David Crosby to be the biological father of her children. And, you know, this was a new experience for David Crosby. Usually when David Crosby picks up a turkey baster, there's a turkey in the vicinity. That's right. He's a fat guy. But this is the 27th Annual American Music Award. It's the first American Music Award of the new millennium. And we're setting a... Yeah, very exciting. Very exciting. And we're setting a big record here tonight. Three straight hours of ABC programming without Regis. So that's kind of exciting. You know? You know, before I did the show, I never realized how much work it took to put on a production like this. Check it out. They spent 2 months building all these incredible sets. They had to coordinate 14 live music acts. And most impressive of all, they had to find a seat filler for Jennifer Lopez. She's got a... What the fuck was that? Now, maybe you guys are right. Maybe she doesn't have a gigantic ass. I stand corrected. Well, it's been quite a year in music, though. Let's look back. A lot of classic songs have been covered this year, haven't they? Lenny Kravitz did American Woman. Dwight Yoakam did Crazy Little Thing Called Love. And Barry Manilow released an album entitled Manilow Sings Sinatra. And I'll tell you, it is a great CD, or as I like to call it, it is a great coaster. I like to throw my drinks on that. It's not a good CD at all. And you know, with everyone so obsessed with their careers nowadays in music, you know what I mean? Here's a kind of a nice story. Celine Dion is retiring from music to try to start a family, you know? And I think she's serious about it, because I just saw her backstage chasing David Crosby with a bucket and a copy of Swank. So I think she's serious about it. Well, we've got a big show, so let's get it going. Yeah. Here are our first presenters. As Dr. Fraser Crane, he's achieved stardom in TV, and with hits like Come to My Window and Angels Would Fall, she's achieved stardom in music. But they have one thing in common. They both love the ladies. Please welcome Melissa Etheridge and Kelsey Grammer. Thank you. We're back here to present the award for the favorite country album. Our Shadazy. An interesting thing about the name Shadazy. Do you realize that the name Shadazy comes from the Native American word for my sisters? It's kind of like that other Native American band Chumbawamba, which means thanks for that one song. Ladies and gentlemen, Shadazy, right here. Okay, folks, before we continue, I have an announcement from the management. Would the owner of a Glock 9 with the inscription "To Puppy with Love" please pick up your gun? It's at the hospitality suite. Well, 1999 was a big year for Latin musicians, and Atlanta Braves pitcher John Rocker thinks they all suck. He especially hates our next performer, and has never bought any of his 13 consecutive #1 Latin singles or any of his 17 million albums he sold. So if you're watching now, John Rocker, be a good time to hit the can. For the rest of us, here he is, Enrique Iglesias. coincidence because I did that song in a karaoke bar the other night. That's one of my favorite songs. I was just talking to Dre backstage. I don't know if he's a real doctor, but he did prescribe me some stuff. So I don't know. There he goes. And that leads us to our first special merit award of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, for nearly 30 years, our next presenter toured the country with his band, the Grateful Dead, playing guitar to sold-out arenas of tie-dyed hippies. That's right. Please welcome the late, great Andy Garcia. I'll tell you, it's nice to be back on stage out here. You know, I don't want to say my dressing room is small, but Tommy Lee just dropped by to visit. He shook hands with Carmen Electra. He blew out a wall. He's got a huge... Anyway. And now to present tonight's next award. Real singers, country music stars Trace Adkins and Montgomery Gentry. Thank you, folks. I didn't know the Judds were back together. Did you know that? I just saw them. I just saw the Judds backstage. Yeah, you're big Judds fans? I just saw the Judds backstage chasing David Crosby around with 6 mason jars and a ham sandwich tied on a fishing pole. I don't know what it means. Our next presenters are talented young stars who became overnight sensations with their brilliant debut albums. And if I can take this moment to offer a little friendly advice, kids, whatever you do, when you put out your second albums, don't suck. Please welcome Cal Bachman and Britney Spears. Yeah, Savage Garden. That was great. You didn't seem as savage tonight as usual to me, but that might just be me. You know, folks, it's time for our next presenters, and for a long time there's been a rivalry between West Coast rappers and East Coast saxophone players. But tonight they have put their differences aside to be here. Please welcome Warren G. and Kenny G. Our next performers took their name from the nickname of their home state. They picked Lone Star because the other nickname for Texas was already taken by that other band, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, Lone Star. Well, you all know our next two presenters. When he was on the show Silver Spoons, he went by the name of Ricky. But now he's all grown up on NYPD Blue, and he prefers to be called Big Ricky. She is an exceptionally gifted singer and songwriter by the name of Amy Grant, although she also prefers to be called Big Ricky, oddly enough. Ladies and gentlemen, big hand for Big Ricky Schroeder and Big Ricky Grant. Thank you, folks. I'm really happy to save the 90s Artist of the Decade Award for me to present. I have been a huge country music fan my entire life, and I'm a big fan of this guy. In case you don't know, there's been no need for voting on this one at all. The record stands by itself. Look at these statistics. The fastest selling artist in history. 4 albums, sold more than 10 million copies each. Over 95 million albums sold in all, more than any other American recording artist. By acclamation, the 90s Artist of the Decade, Garth Brooks. Together 3 of the hottest top 10 singers, and we put them together on this stage to participate in a bare-knuckle fight to the death. Here are Tyrese, Jessica Simpson, and Julio Iglesias Jr. All right. That's it, folks. Good night. Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here, you know, and I was asked to host the ESPYs this year. Yeah, hi, that's my name, Espen. When I was asked to host the ESPYs this year, folks, I said yes immediately for one reason and one reason only. This show has interns. I'll be having a little improper relations backstage a little later. But man, it's great to be here at the 6th annual ESPY Awards. Hard to believe, huh, that the ESPYs are 6 years old. Although Anthony Mason swears they're 18. So. Yeah, he'll be having sex with the ESPYs in about 12 years. So. I was a little late here tonight. I took a cab to the theater, folks. And I don't know if you've ever been in these New York City cabs, but I got one of those cabbies, couldn't speak English, you know. Saw his name there on the dash. I couldn't even pronounce it. I think it was something like Hideki Arabu. I'm like, Arabu's been having some trouble, man. They fired his translator. Steinbrenner fired his translator. And people see that as cruel, you know, but I don't know, you know. I mean, if you're not doing well in Yankee Stadium, you know, do you really need a translator? Do you want that, you know? You know? Hey, what'd they say? They say you suck. You should go back to Japan, you dirty foreigner. Okay, I got it. I'm trying to pitch over here. It's great to be here on ESPN. I love sports, man. Man, you can see sports on ESPN you don't see on other networks. You know, like kickboxing. That's my favorite sport. Kickboxing is great. When you think about it, it combines the style and grace of boxing with kicking. This seems kind of immature. Just backstage, a lot of celebrities back there, man. I was talking to Jerry Jones, you know, the Cowboys owner, and he's disappointed, obviously. Yeah. Well, he's a good guy, though, man. He's talking about rebuilding the team, you know. And he told me, he says, we have to get back to what made us a championship team. Strippers and crack. Hey, have you heard about this? Ted Turner and NBC plan to start their own rival football league to compete with the NFL. And not much known about the specifics of this new league, except for this, it will suck. They know that. So they might have trouble, you know, getting advertisers when we know it will suck. And of course, congratulations to the Denver Broncos for winning the Super Bowl. How about that? Denver did great, you know. There he is. I love the Denver fans, you know, because for one thing, they don't wear food on their heads. That's nice. And they had a wild celebration in Denver after that Super Bowl, man. And now city officials expect an even wilder celebration if the Nuggets win 10 games this year. They say they're going to... say the whole city's going to go nuts. Yeah, the Nuggets are having a bad year this year, man. Matter of fact, they're making a film about the team. They got a pretty catchy title. It's Black Men Can't Jump Either. Well, NBA All-Star Weekend over. That was exciting, man. The East beat the West. Jeff Hornacek won the three-point shootout. Houston's Clyde Drexler and Cynthia Cooper won that exciting two-ball thing. And Charles Barkley won the throw a guy through a plate glass window contest. So that was quite a game, you know. I mean, you know who impressed me the most yesterday was Kobe Bryant. Unbelievable. This guy's amazing. 19 years old, the youngest starter ever in the All-Star game, and he played so well that today he was named spokesman for NBC's new public service campaign called Screw It, Who Needs College? Of course, the biggest story in basketball, no question about it, Michael Jordan may retire. Yeah, Michael Jordan may retire after this season, and it's terrible news for Bull fans, you know, but it is terrific news for golf hustlers. They're happy about it. But Jordan is very serious, though, about leaving. In fact, he's already called the Hall of Fame to make sure that his plaque bears his basketball nickname, Air Jordan, and not his baseball nickname, Senior Crappy. That would just be disrespectful, you know? Well, how about them Winter Olympics? They're finally underway, so we've got a lot of great stuff to look forward to the next 2 weeks, like hockey and, well, just hockey, really. I was watching last night, I saw speed skating, and my goodness, you know, could the outfits they wear be any tighter? Holy Lord. There was an East German woman, I swear, you could see the outline of her entire penis. It was... Goodness. Well, there's all kinds of sports celebrities in the audience tonight. I see Tiger Woods right there. Tiger Woods, how about that, huh? Yeah, he's up for golf. Of course, he's up for Golfer of the Year this ESPYs. And you know who I feel sorry for, folks, is the other two guys nominated for Golfer of the Year. You see these guys getting ready, you know? It's like, hey, honey, have you seen my tuxedo? No, not the good one. The one I wear when I'm going to get my ass kicked. Have you seen that one? Boomer Esiason is with us. Boomer. How you doing, buddy? Boomer, of course, will replace Frank Gifford on Monday Night Football next season. And Frank told reporters that this will allow him to spend more time with his wife and children. Then he broke down and cried for 45 minutes. So. And there's Charles Woodson. How about that? What a season he had. Great, man. He became the first defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy. And congratulations, Charles. That is something that no one can ever take away from you. Unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case... all bets are off. Just a word of advice. Folks, before we can begin handing out our awards tonight, we must look...
Live from Toronto at the Sony Centre, it's the 4th Annual Canadian Screen Awards with your host, Norm MacDonald, featuring Martin Short, Jay Baruchel, Rick Mercer, Emily Van Camp, Eugene Levy, Jacob Tremblay, Catherine O'Hara, Christopher Plummer, and Donald Sutherland. Now, please welcome Norm MacDonald. Thank you and good evening. I'm Norm MacDonald, and I could not be more excited to be here.
You know, when I was asked to host the Canadian Screen Awards, I called my good friend Chris Rock, and I said to him, I've got some great news, Chris. I'm going to Canada. And he said, I've got some great news, too. I'm hosting the Oscars. What are you doing in Canada? And I said, visiting some family, friends. The usual. We're coming to you live from Toronto, or as you cost-cutting location scouts call it, New York City. Look at this beautiful crowd, though. Isn't it something? Dashing men. That sounded like Bobo? Look at this beautiful crowd, though, folks. Dashing men in black ties, sophisticated women in elegant gowns, and tonight, all of you are going to hear the word shits about 100 times. Never has there been such an assembly of great Canadian talent in a single location that did not have to be Zambonied first. Tonight, the CSAs are being seen in over 50 countries. Isn't that exciting? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wait. I misread that. 50 counties. And a couple of regional municipalities. We are here to celebrate nominees for their wonderful work in Canadian cinema and television, which is a lot like celebrating the Northern Lights. You probably haven't seen them, but you've heard they're amazing. You know, we were worried people would record the show and they'd just fast forward to the good parts, as is the want these days. So we have put a plan in place to prevent that from happening. We have decided to not have any good parts. I'm doing my part. But no, that's not true. We have a lot to celebrate in our industry. Amongst the TV shows nominated tonight are Amazing Race Canada, Big Brother Canada, Master Chef Canada. Where do they come up with these ideas? We are honored to have the great Christopher Plummer here tonight. Mr. Plummer is nominated for Remember, the story of a man who at age 90 sets out to kill the Nazi who murdered his family. And I thought I left things to the last minute. But it's been a wonderful year for Canada. It's been an especially great year for one little guy, one adorable little Canadian youngster who's already accomplished so much. Of course, you know who I'm talking about, Justin Trudeau. Hasn't he had a wonderful year? No, I'm kidding. I was misdirecting you. I'm talking about Jacob Tremblay. Jacob is up for Best Actor, and he will be competing against the aforementioned Christopher Plummer. You know, Jacob is only 9 years old. Christopher Plummer, 86 years old. But they have a couple of things in common. One, the deep love of their craft. And two, they are both up way past their bedtimes. And tonight, the Lifetime Achievement Award will be presented to Mr. Martin Short. It's the Academy's way of saying, thank you so much, we've had enough. A little Don Rickles. As a friend, it's over. Ingenue Ellis is here tonight. Absolutely. She has done some powerful work in the Book of Negroes, which tells the story of a woman confronting the tragic legacy of racism in 18th century America. Oh, did I mention on the show Sunnyside I play a talking manhole? That doesn't mean it's better, it's just different. Ross of Sutherland is here, nominated for his role in River. And he is here with his iconic father, Donald Sutherland, who has come to support his son. Not to compete with him like someone I know, Eugene Levy. Oh, and Catherine O'Hara is here tonight, the wonderful... That's a beautiful dress you have on, Catherine. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. But Catherine is an actress of extraordinary range, from her many characters on SCTV, of course, to her work in Best in Show and Home Alone, and perhaps her most remarkable performance to date as the title character in the Book of Negroes. I lost $1. It's been a busy weekend getting here. We lost an hour. As you know, daylight savings time went into effect last night. I give it 6 months. And I'd like to take a brief moment, as all moments are, I suppose, to thank my writers. You know, the writers are so specialized these days. There's a joke writer, he gives you jokes. There's a gag writer, he gives you gags. There's a head writer, he gives you... What I'm saying is things are they're specialized. Well, we're going to start the show, but I was... It hasn't started yet, you didn't know. I saw a wild look of alarm cross your eyes. But I was backstage yesterday, and we were doing rehearsals, and I asked, what is the statuette called? And they said, it's called the Canadian Screen Award. And I said, well, that seems kind of dull. Like, what? That's the name of the award? And they said, well, we've been bandying around different names, but none of, they said in Canada it takes a long time to get stuff done and stuff. But one of them that they said, one of them they mentioned was the Candy. And I think John Candy, I mean, who doesn't love John Candy? So of course, the statuette should be called the Candies. So what I'm asking you to do is, if you are a presenter, ignore the teleprompter and say, the candy goes to. And if you are lucky enough to win one, go, I won a candy. What do you think of that? Can you go along with that? Excellent. That would make us a better nation. I am not here to upbraid. However, I think I made it quite clear that these awards should be referred to as the Candies. A 9-year-old child knew. Are you so burdened with this preposterous technology? So I would like not to see that again. You know, backstage I was thinking how different things are since I moved to the United States. You know, now I'm in the United States. One thing I've noticed about films, I don't like foreign films anymore. You know? They're all like artsy, kind of not my cup of tea. But when I grew up in Ottawa, by God, I loved foreign films. You know, Star Wars, Smokey and the Bandit. Do you remember that one? Here to present our next award, the Candy. And this will be the end of my upbraiding, I hope. Is an accomplished actor. All right. Hey, before we go on any further, how about a hand for the band, huh? Good job, guys. George St. Kitts and the Candy Band. Who can take a sunrise? Come on, guys. Sprinkle it, but they can't. Well, whatever. Well, our next presenters are political people. And it made me think, because I was just told Cape Breton Island, I don't know if you know this, but they are offering sanctuary to anyone that lives in America after Trump is elected president by a landslide. And I agree with this in principle, but why Cape Breton Island? I mean, can't I just flee to Toronto? Do I have to leave the fucking planet? I mean, I just go to Baffin Island while I'm at it. All right, now welcome to the stage, two Canadians. Oh, the Candies are going great so far, aren't they? I would like to say to Eugene Levy that there's no reason to be ashamed of your son. My son only this morning punched me in the chest really hard. Listen, I have some good news. I just found out that all of you here tonight will be getting a swag bag. Yeah. Just like the Oscars. I haven't seen one yet, but why don't we take a look and see what you're getting? I'm going to call Megan, our golden girl, out. Megan, our golden girl? Hi, Megan. Come on out here. Ah, you brought the swag bag. Yes, can you hold it open? And then I'll take things out of the swag bag. What do we have here? A loose pancake. What else we got here, Megan? We got, this looks cool. It's a CD, you know what they are, of Nelly Furtado singing all the national anthems. Torn from today's headlines. See what else we have. We have this. Ah, yes, this. This is a bottle of Eau de John Cherry Cologne. It's for the gentleman in the audience. Now, what else do we have? Hopefully something a little funnier than the last one. Here. We have a 30-minute massage from producer Robert Lantos. Don't try to go for 50. You only can hit 30. And then what else do we have here? Oh, a curling stone. You know what these are made of? I always took them for granite. Last time I take a joke from Martin Short. All right. Megan, just do some house cleaning here. Having a hand for Megan, our Golden Globe. A natural mistake. Now, please welcome one of Canada's... All right. I want to apologize for running out earlier. I don't know if anybody saw that. But, you know, these things happen in live TV, and it reminds me actually of a maxim that
Christopher Plummer told me many years ago, he said, before a live awards ceremony, do not eat a fistful of LSD. Take that with you. I'm sorry, Jacob. How's Jacob doing? Hey, Jacob. Congratulations, buddy. This must be like deja vu for you, being stuck in a room for so long like this. All right, folks, please. All right. Listen, guys. For some reason, I've been told to stretch. So, oh, I've never tried that before. The show's over, folks. Good night. But for the first candies, respect, peace. Man, I was in the airplane. I was flying, and you know they have those. I was saying about I was talking about the emergency exit rows. Because the stewardess, that's where we all got into this mess in the first place. The stewardess, or the flight attendant, comes to you, and the flight attendant says to you, listen, in case the plane crashes and a flood of gray-black smoke races down the fuselage towards your lungs. Would you mind letting everyone else out before you? And then you say, yes, I will do that. Funny thing is, I was going to ask you if I could do that. That's the funny thing. Before you asked me, I was going to ask you, because I feel it's well worth the extra 1.5 inches of leg room. Stop. Meanwhile, in real life, I'd be fucking kicking my own mother. I got the fuck out of here, you old whore. You lived a full life, goddammit. I used to be on TV. What the fuck? I get to go out first. Here's the thing. Also, that airplane, right? When the plane crashes, I feel that window may change locations. Like it might no longer be right beside you after the 9,000-mile-an-hour collision or whatever the fuck it is. I know it goes down fast and hard. I was listening to you listen to those warnings, and I guess I just block my ears to them because I've heard them so often. But there's one I'm sure you guys have all heard of, but for some reason I missed it. It says if the oxygen mask comes down, they go, if the oxygen mask comes down, be sure to put it on your own face before you put it on the face of your little child. And I was like, God damn, that was my plan. You have to blab it to everybody. But anyway, I think it's just to make you feel better because, the things they tell you, They go, by the way, in case of a big crash, don't forget that your seat cushion is also a boat. Who the fuck believes that? Go, hey, honey, man, you're going to be cheap at the cottage this year. I just bought us 5 boats. And of course, that never happened. You ever hear fucking, hey, you turn on the news, hey, a plane crashed in the Pacific. But don't worry, everybody floating around on their fucking boats. They listen to the lady. Everything's cool, everything's fine. No, everything's, you have no chance. If a plane crashes, right? Think about this. You ever see a plane crash? They take pictures of it, videos. They don't care. And that's because you never see a body in a plane crash. And that's because the speed vaporizes everything so that there's nothing that even resembles a human being. It's just a whole bunch of, it's stuff. It's stuff. That's what it is. It's a plane load of stuff. They go in, they go, God damn, there's a lot of stuff in this fucking plane. And then the loved ones of the victims, they want the stuff. They don't call it stuff, they call it remains. It's a nice word for stuff. Ashes to ashes, stuff to stuff. They want the remains, you know? And I understand that, you know what I mean? Like they go, oh, God, man, I can't get to sleep because my firstborn Mitchell, I love him so much, I can't even get to sleep because I keep thinking of his final minutes on that airplane. If only I could see his remains. I'd get a good night's sleep then. With that picture imprinted on my head. That'd be just like an Ambien. That'd be almost... Then I could put this whole thing behind me. And you're not going to get the real remains. It's not like they go on the plane and go, hey, look at that strawberry blonde lock of hair. I bet that belongs to Agnes from sitting over there. Didn't you find her shin bone earlier there, Jeff? Put that over there. Reconstruct that. What the fuck, are you crazy? They just go on the plane, they go, holy fuck, look at all this stuff. And then they go, here's the ID, says NORM MACDONALD, 190 pounds. Okay, shovel 190 pounds of stuff into a bag. Let's go! Daylight's burning. Stamp Norm on the side of that one and send it off to his mother. His mother wants to see it. And then my mother gets it and goes, oh, excellent. Good, good. Wow. Now I can look back and laugh at it. Hey, I don't remember Norm having 3 eyeballs. I guess none of us really knew him after all. Each one a stranger from the other.
I heard you were an ass kicker, too.
That's pretty fast.
I heard you were a rough character.
And the water...
I did. I heard stories.
That's
man.
different.
No, I heard stories. I heard stories about Norm where a drunk guy comes up to him at the bar and goes, hey, aren't you Norm? And he's gone. He's just suddenly gone.
None of those.
Norm's back at the bar going, hey, what happened? What happened to that guy?
I was early on that Sunday in Philadelphia. I told everybody to watch it from the
and who else?
Got nothing from it.
And then
I even phoned their agent. I said, "Hey, that's a good show. Nobody's watching it, but I like it, and I'm in TV." They never got back to me.
Never did. DeVito's the EP on that show. He's got an axe to grind with.
Why? Because of the fist fight I had with Christopher Lloyd back at the Improv.
Exactly. You remember the incident.
Did you witness something with Norm, with Gilbert's friend Norm MacDonald while you were there?
I did.
I heard you tell this story.
Well, it was
Do you know this, Gil?
It's Ian Maxtone Graham, who is he's a writer. He's written on The Simpsons, and he was on SNL at the time. He might still be a writer on The Simpsons. I don't know, but he's this big, tall guy, and he was always in his jogging suit. He was always out running and working out and stuff. So he came into the writer's room there, and Norm was smoking a cigarette, and he's not supposed to be smoking indoors at the time, He says, but he says, Norm just light up a cigarette. So he's Jay Moore is the only one who does a really great Norm MacDonald. But anyway, he's smoking a cigarette, and Ian, said, "You're not supposed to smoke up here." And Norm said, "Yeah, don't worry about it," or something like that. And so Ian squirts him with a bottle of water, just squirts him in the face with it to put the cigarette out. And Norm took a swing at him, and they went at it, and it was pretty good for a couple of seconds. Two real tall, kind of gawky guys, swinging away at each other. And Farley broke it up. Farley just stepped in because he was, that was who he was. And, so it was, I wish it should have ended with someone going out the window, but it didn't.
An entertaining 26 seconds.
26
episodes. However many weeks you were there.
Yeah, I had some fun.
Was Norm screaming or yelling stuff at him while he was punching?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think there was pretty physical. I think I think nothing needed to be spoken.
Oh,
at that
yes.
point. Yeah.
No, yeah, cocksucker. Gonna fucking kill you.
Herb Sargent told me that Norm punched a couple of people out there. I think it happened more than once.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an interesting guy. I mean,
that he is.
He is. I think he's fabulous. I think he's very funny, and I think he's a very smart guy, and he's a very kind of sensitive guy. I mean, he just did this Larry King interview. It's on Hulu, and he's really kind of wonderful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he teared up at the last week of Letterman.
Know.
He did it was so moving.
That was amazing.
Yeah. It was a real moment.
Yeah.
Well, you and I met under unusual circumstances.
We did.
Yeah, there was a period of time in, what year was it? 96? 96.
Yeah.
It was a very brief period of time. For 1 month, I was a guest writer over at SNL. Really wanted a job, really wanted a writing job. And it didn't happen.
Right.
And, but...
There's still time.
There's, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And one night I was having a soccer game, and you were an intern there, right?
I was an intern. So, I was 19 years old, and I was an intern at SNL. And I was living in Brooklyn with my grandmother while I did the internship. And so she didn't have cable or anything, so I would hang out at SNL like after hours and just watch TV, and she didn't have a computer either. She was Amish. So I would just stay and work on the computer and watch television, and Colin Quinn and Norm MacDonald would always get into these like late night soccer games in the hallway.
Kind of driving everybody crazy.
Yeah, I mean, but as a 19-year-old, it was kind of like, this is amazing! So, yeah.
Well, I was 31, and I was like, this is amazing!
Okay, good.
I felt the same way, because I was a guest writer there, and I would jump in on these soccer games. It would be like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And people were like on deadline trying to get the scripts done for Saturday. It was like Friday night.
Yeah.
And I was hanging out with Norm, because I was sometimes I would sit in and write on Weekend Update, and Norm got into a huge fight one night.
Right.
In the soccer game.
Yes.
And it was with you.
Yes. Yes. That's true. Yeah. What had happened, you were in the game as well, I believe.
It was me and Norm against you and Colin.
Right. And so then at some point, early in the game, Colin and Norm had been jawing at each other.
Yeah, they had been fighting.
And Norm was also trying to quit smoking, so he was extra agitated. And at some point, Norm and I got into a bit of a scrum for the ball, and I wound up clipping him in the shin. And then he got really mad, like you do when you're trying to quit smoking, and grabbed me and tried to throw me across the room, which is not how soccer's played. And I pushed him off of me because I was 19 and didn't really understand like stations of power. And then we got into a shoving match and started yelling at each other.
And Colin and I pulled you two apart.
Right, yes.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And the part about the story, I enjoy the story, but I enjoy the story, but the part I enjoy about the story is that the way one of the first times you and I ever had a conversation was about our period of time, both briefly at SNL, and I told you that story not remembering that you were the kid that Norm was fighting.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and you went...
Yeah, that was me, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of how we met.
Yes, yeah.
This is Norm MacDonald is threatening Seth Simons on the...
What does he say?
So Seth Simons goes, same energy, and he posted a picture of the Joker and Donald Trump, which is like...
Oh my God.
You
fucking loser.
And fucking Norm MacDonald wrote, hey, you fucking piece of shit. It's you that's the Joker, a failed stand-up that kills someone who got a TV show. I cannot wait to meet you, and I will.
Damn, dude. Yeah. That's so sick. That is awesome. Norm's just like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck.
Is it really my fault? 'Cause you try to hit me with your
pity till I can't trust, but I still push on. Got me changing my ways, trying to fix it.
I'm sleeping with your wife.
You son of a bitch, motherfucker! Huh? You sleep with my fucking wife? You do that fucking Friday night, where you at? She said she's going out with her friend. Hey, could you get my Louisville Slugger for me, please?
Oh, Norm, no.
The Louisville Slugger. It's an American tradition, quality, craftsmanship, and pride. You can find them all when a sporting good bears the name Louisville Slugger. We'll be back with Roseanne.
Honorable
Egan,
Norm
what are you
MacDonald.
doing?
Judge Judy's the guest. I had an idea.
Oh, you had an idea,
Yeah,
huh?
you know-
What's this?
It's my nightstick.
What's this?
Oh, that's my real pistol.
And what did I tell you about having ideas?
Good.
No, I didn't tell you that. I have an idea. My idea is to pistol whip you. Adam Egget.
Yeah.
Would you come in, please?
What's up? How'd it go?
I just wanted to compliment you. Yes, you have a very nice tie. I like your shirt.
Like what the mind of a comic and what makes them like that? Well, we're done with you. There he is. Norm!
Did you get my fucking text about your show?
No. I love it.
We're on the air.
It's okay.
Yeah, of course.
It's good. They're greeting each other.
Oh, hey,
Norm
good to meet
MacDonald,
you.
Anthony.
What's up, boys?
Pal?
I've seen you
The
on
rest of the
YouTube
crew.
a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I do
awesome.
my YouTube videos and
Yeah, it's awesome.
and stuff. It's fun, you know. You fuck off a little bit here and there.
Kevin Farley?
How you doing?
Sit down, Norm.
Pleasure. Take a seat. I think we're kind of running out of seats. Take the couch right there.
Hilarious special too, by the way.
That is nice.
Oh my God. Saw the special the other
We're
night.
not on the fucking
Oh
radio.
yeah. We do that.
Yes,
we just,
they're on-
you can
you're
say
on.
fucking. That's how we roll.
We're on the radio right now?
We just bring it in and let it roll. That's how that works.
I know, you're looking at
the picture.
Colin's looking at a picture of Hitler.
That's my room. I'm looking for different motifs.
That's your screensaver?
That's my screensaver.
I gotta put on my cans,
You know
man.
Jim Norton.
Yeah, we just saw
Jimmy Norton.
You can see it. Norm.
See, we like bringing everybody in at different times. The host of the show, the
This
guests.
is fun. I saw you guys on the YouTube, you know? I saw you and Jim and you.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
On YouTube. Fun on the YouTube.
Yeah, you never watch fucking YouTube? What the
No,
fuck?
what that was that?
Yeah, you watch the TV. This fucking guy.
I know,
He
TV's
doesn't know shit.
TV's like extinct now.
TV's for the old fuckers. I watch the YouTube, fucking face, all that shit.
Yes.
Hey, what about this new thing?
What's that?
No, it's called Colors. Have you heard about it?
Oh, we were just talking about
Hey,
that.
I'm a fan of colors.
We were just talking about
Isn't
that.
that
The picture
fucking weird? No, but it's only 150 yards.
Yeah.
People within 150 yards.
Yeah.
You got it yet?
I don't know. It seems a little fucking weird.
It is weird.
Like a guy in your apartment building can,
Can see what you're doing depending on where he is.
Yeah, maybe you could figure out where a lady was, like looking at the layout of her apartment, and then maybe I don't know.
I think it'll come in handy for.
I don't know what it is.
I think it'll come in
tell
handy
Colin
for,
what it is,
for
man.
football players on the field because it's 150 yards, so he pretty much covers the field,
Yeah.
and they could probably figure out what the other team's going to do
Yeah.
based on what they're doing with
That's
their
right.
color.
You don't watch a lot of football, right?
No, none at all.
150 yards.
Well, you got to consider the end
Canadian
zone.
football.
I was considering the end zones.
Oh, okay, I got it.
You know,
still-
the entire field.
You're still off though a little bit.
Why? How long are the end zones?
10, right?
It's got to be longer than 10.
No, it's not. It's got to clear. It's
In
clear.
Canadian football?
No.
No,
You got-
real football.
You got the 100 yards, and then how wide is the
It
end
seems
zone?
about 10, right?
Yeah, let's go with a 10.
That's it?
So
Yeah.
you were off by 30 yards.
30. What about after there, but behind the end zone to the wall?
All right, now you're talking 150 yards.
What if they jump in the stands?
Yeah, I've seen that happen. Give me a break.
Hold on, I got to get this up. So, Norm, you were on Saturday Night Live.
What a professional. Yeah, until
until Colin showed up.
I know. Colin took your gig.
He took my gig. He took my apartment.
Did he take the apartment too?
Yeah, I moved in the same building as Norm.
No, you really are a fuck.
Single white female.
No, there was one moment. Colin probably doesn't remember it, but I was walking to the elevator, and he was coming off the elevator. Do you remember that?
What do you mean? It happened all the time.
No, I know, but this was
a little more detailed. Norm.
You took the elevator.
This was after I had left, and you had come on, and it was like, I don't know, it was poignant to me.
Sort of a changing of position.
You went to shake Norm's hand and he spit in your face. Do you remember that time?
No, Colin was awesome, though.
You didn't have any animosity toward Colin.
Not towards Colin. No, I love Colin.
Now, I heard you were taken off of that show because the OJ situation.
Who knows? I don't think it was really.
You don't think that was it?
No, I don't really think it was.
Because you gave OJ a little guff, and most people were just treating him like a saint.
Yeah, but I know people said that and shit. But I think I think it was because I didn't get laughs all the time and shit. And like Oldmeyer was watching Leno, who would get laughs wall to wall every fucking night.
Yeah, but that isn't what it was about.
I know, but I can understand his point.
I kind of liked the delivery and the fucking very dry wit of that whole
thing.
And
the problem is, if one guy don't like you and he owns the cameras, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But I think it was also that Oldmeyer, when he actually would say something about like OJ, like, if you get pissed, then Norm would just say, all right, fuck him, and do like 5 more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Other people would go like, hey, okay, I'll keep my gig.
Yeah, we didn't listen to anybody. And also, I don't think we were listening to people within Saturday Night Live, which was probably a mistake, too. Because Jim was, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How about my impression of Jim that everybody hates?
Yeah. I hate it, too.
How could they hate that? It's great.
It's right on the money.
I don't even know who it is. It sounds like him.
It's perfect.
Hey, man, who got a comedy award? Anybody here?
Damn, I think one person did.
Huh?
Who? You?
I've
saying the comedy awards.
The comedy awards. You don't know about the comedy awards?
It was a big event the other night.
Big event.
Well, I wasn't there.
The Lifetime Achievement Award, Tina Fey, I think.
No, Eddie
Murphy.
Well,
No, what did Tina get? The Mark Twain Award.
Well, how do you get that one?
You have to be as good as Mark Twain.
That's a dumb fucking award name.
I was nominated for one, but I didn't get anything.
You didn't get Mark?
No.
You were nominated for anything.
I was nominated
for special?
Shut out of most consecutive roast. I was nominated for fucking network.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't
Colin
like that
edged
network
you?
very much.
Yeah. Thank you. I did edge him out. You were shut out of fucking roast without me.
Why are you screaming at me? If we both hate the same people, it's not each other.
Remember the time you two were getting in the elevator after that award show?
Yeah. Colin, fucking, why don't you do roast, man? That roast you did to Artie was fucking awesome.
Oh, because they don't fucking bring me on as roast.
Why?
I don't know.
They should.
You're
Be
the
very
king.
funny.
They don't bring Jimmy on either.
They always want the new people. Hey, guess what? There's a young girl that's middling attractive that swears a lot. Let's get her. Right? Is that the new fucking thing?
Yeah.
Sarah Silverman, hysterical.
Right.
Who's funnier than her?
Nobody.
No, except dudes. But,
Nobody.
but I think she spawned these other ladies. That they forget that she's funny, and they think the whole point is just to be
semi-hot,
attractive, and then talk about sucking cock. And
you got to show
shit.
a lot of leg. You got to show a lot of leg with little skirts on, and then talk about sucking cock and manipulating balls with your hand, and it's hysterical.
Bring back Phyllis Diller. Some ugly old bag. Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Those are the funny ladies.
Wow. Whoa, that is old.
The funny ladies always used to be ugly old bags. Or Roseanne, you know what I mean? Or,
no one was funny. When they would have a comedian on, like, What's My Line or something like that, a comedian. They never called comedians. Now a chick can be called a comedian, but it was always a very funny, whenever I'm at a club and I hear, let's give it up for a very funny comedian, I'm like, oh, it's time to take a piss. Time to take a fucking piss.
I tell you, man, you guys got to get this tape. I don't know if I ever show you this tape, but... everybody thinks they're edgy and all this shit. I got a fucking tape, a CD of LaWanda Page. You know that?
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Aunt Esther.
Aunt Esther. This was from the fucking 50s or 40s or some shit, and she's in Harlem doing the filthiest stuff. Like, really fucking funny. You can't even believe it.
You can almost
wash my ass.
You can almost imagine, because, Red Fox in
Peanut
her.
butter pussy.
Obviously.
Right, what was that, Joe?
I'm sorry, son.
What was it? Joke
Red
about
Fox.
peanut butter pussy? What she had?
Oh, God.
Easy to spread, something like that.
Easy to spread.
Who, this Luana Page?
Luana Page, Aunt Esther.
Fucking funny as shit.
Yeah.
I like Red Fox, and he told her he was going to slam her face into cookie dough and make gorilla cookies.
Yeah.
You can't say that anymore.
I saw him one time. He had a joke. He said, "Man, I take one of those." He goes, "I saw this lady. She's taking."
It's all right. You got the voice right.
I can't remember. He goes, "This lady, she's taking the male hormones, and oh my God, she was an ugly lady. She had hair all the way from her neck all the way down to her dick." That's not a good impression.
That works.
The joke's there.
Yeah.
You're fucking special. I watched it the other night. It's hilarious.
Dude, thanks,
Fucking
man.
great. So good to see you back on TV like that.
Yeah.
It was so fucking good. And
It was fun.
And the thing about you, I don't know what it is with that voice of yours. When I read your tweets, everybody that I talk to also reads them in Norm's voice. And it makes it that much funnier. Everybody started, during the Oscars, we all start tweeting our shit during the Oscars, past Oscars. And one of my buddies, Travis, actually retweeted and said, "You gotta follow Norm Macdonald." I'm like, I didn't even know you were on and shit, so I started following you. And they were hilarious. Like the funny thing, when are you going to thank the computer? Every fucking tweet. When are you going to thank the computer? Just shit like that is stuff that no one else was tweeting. It's out of your mind shit.
I just found out about that Twitter shit.
It's great, and you got so many followers really quickly, and didn't have to pull a Charlie Sheen with it. It was just funny shit, man.
But when you go to hit the send, you fuck for a second. You go wait, because it's just off the top of your head,
and it's right there, yeah. And
I don't do drugs or alcohol, thankfully, because I'm sure guys could really fuck up and say bad things.
They have.
Louis C.K. has had to delete entire threads.
Oh my
God.
God.
Things he's tweeted.
The worst thing is too, and especially if you have a lot of
because
followers.
that's what he does, though. I mean,
but sometimes even I guess he'll even feel bad about it and just go back and delete.
A lot of times, if you tweet something and you want to delete it, even a second later, if you have a lot of followers,
they got it.
It's already been retweeted, and you can't delete theirs. So if you got 10 followers and you write something about, hey, those Japanese people, by the way,
and then they can retweet it exponentially.
Yeah, and then it just goes on and on.
That shit was censorship, man. He made fun of nuclear breakdown. That's censorship.
We should be able to talk about anything, man.
But
It's
how about the fact
America.
We keep running faster and faster. I don't know what we're after, yeah. We keep up with disaster. I'm thinking that
Norm's tweets, like some of them are not supposed to be funny. They're like profound, like poetic.
I deleted a lot of those. Because I'd read my responses, they go, "You fucking assholes, you're funny." I'm like,
That's just it. You can't stop being like, if you're funny and then you got like a serious comment, like I would tweet some ridiculous shit, but then I'd go like, Obama gave a speech. Let me give a little feedback on what I believe of Obama. You racist, fucking conservative, fucking rich motherfucker.
Some people too fucking think it's serious. Like I tweeted one that I said something, I don't know. I said like my father was brutally murdered last week, and it's only now I can look back and laugh. And then these people would fucking answer. They go like, "I'm so sorry." Like, its closure takes a while. So I had to go, no, it was a joke. That's cool.
How does anyone read that and not, especially from you, and not think it's a goddamn joke?
So
People are so stupid. That's something this whole thing has opened up, where you're kind of communicating with people you never would talk to or meet, that don't understand what a sense of humor even is. So the responses you get sometimes like hey, I was like, hey, God, it's spring, but I'm looking outside and there's still a little snow on my back table. At least you're alive, motherfucker. You know,
that was from a dead guy?
I'm getting tweets from the dead. I guess he had a loved one pass on. Perhaps a father that was brutally murdered a week ago.
I guess to sum it up, everybody's a critic, huh, guys?
Your special should have been called The Voice of Reason.
You're doing a sports show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now, I guess I didn't know you were that into sports, but then again, I don't know much about football.
I'm into sports a lot, but not enough to, like now I have to go on fucking, like, these sports
Yeah, you're
going
to be like the sports guy.
I don't know that much shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know a lot about sports, but if you asked me, like, who won the Super Bowl 6 years ago, I'd have to really think about it.
Yeah, those are those sports guys that just know stats and
so I go now. I have to go on these sports talk shows where they know everything, and then the fucking phone callers. What do you call them?
Phone call.
The listeners.
Fat guys in the basement.
Yeah. They know even more. So it's like, hey, what do you think of some guy you've never heard's like stats that year? So fucking...
Yeah, you're like
Frank Mahovlich.
I know Frank Mahovlich, the big M.
How do you know him?
You're throwing me softballs.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's about.
He was a hockey player. He knows them. He knows
So we
who I
know things from the 70s.
So what's going to be the gist of this sports show? Is it
It's
you?
going to be like, just me doing jokes.
Oh, okay, about sports.
Yeah, about sports. But it's going to be accessible to people that don't know nothing about sports, too.
Oh, that's good. See, that's
the
me.
guest's going to be on? The guest's going to be on?
Yeah, I was hoping you'd come on.
Yeah, of course.
Colin.
I know everything about sports.
You do know sports.
Yeah,
What
tell
do
us
you
from
know?
the 70s, I know.
Colin knows sports when, like, they wore leather helmets.
Yeah.
The good old days.
What do you know about sports, Colin? Give us some knowledge.
And ask me anything before 1973, I know everything. But after that, I don't know nothing.
Norm, go ahead, man.
Okay.
This is his audition.
Yeah.
I would ask.
I could be the announcer. Norm MacDonald.
How many
Sports show.
How many I guess I'd say how many World Series did Babe Ruth win?
5.
He was making the 3 thing. He goes 5.
Yeah, it was 3.
He won 1 with the Boston Red Sox.
It was 3.
As a pitcher.
He was a pitcher.
Yes.
No, he won 2 with the
But he asked me about
Yankees.
Boston Red. I'm talking about like 1968 to 73.
Oh,
you have 5
68
years
to
that you know?
73.
5 fucking
You stink
years.
at sports.
I'll give you an easy one.
All right.
Who was the quarterback on the Colts against
Johnny Unitas, Earl Morrall.
against the Jets in '69?
Johnny Unitas, then Earl Morrall.
Who played in the Super Bowl?
Both of them. Johnny Unitas played like 5 minutes, and Earl Morrall played the rest of the game.
That's
what
pretty
happened
impressive.
to Johnny Unitas?
He was old.
Tendonitis.
He was 5 minutes older, and they had to take him out?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's pretty impressive.
That
That
is
was pretty
impressive.
That
That
you
is
knew both.
You could be on
impressive.
Norm's show now.
You
God
never
damn.
saw that
That's
game.
good.
That's
I
almost
never
a
saw that
trick
game.
question there. It's like a trick question. And you gave me a trick answer because I had no fucking clue.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, that's why you said 2. I'm like, oh, 5 minutes, they took him out. I had no
Yeah.
idea because he was
Yeah,
old.
they brought him in like, symbolically.
Oh, like, hey,
no,
he's
they
playing.
brought him in at the end. That's what happened.
Oh.
Earl Morrall started, but then at the end they're like, we're losing to the fucking AFC, and they
So who
let's bring in
cares?
Johnny.
You're good, man. You haven't gained any weight or
Oh,
nothing.
thanks.
No, it's cool.
He looks the same.
Because we worked together in Boston. We did this movie.
Oh, what
Yeah.
a blast we
Yeah.
had.
We
What
had
did
fun.
Grown Ups?
Oh, Grown Ups.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Forgot you guys were in there.
The highest grossing picture
yeah.
of all time.
Yeah.
It did make a lot of
Did make
fucking
a lot
money.
of cabbage.
You got any points on that one?
We didn't get any Maseratis. They
They
gave
got
Maseratis.
Maseratis, yeah.
They
Wow.
gave
Look up
out
the
Maseratis.
They gave
Sandler.
Rob Schneider. Sandler gave Rob Schneider, Rock, Spade, and Kevin James Maseratis. 4 guys that don't need them. Me and Norm need Maseratis.
What did you guys get?
iPods.
What did we get?
What did you
We got
get?
nothing. We got Ugats.
No, what did you
we
get?
got-
He gave you
I thought
something.
you had a joke. We got it.
We got.
We
Oh
had
yeah,
this
I did
shit.
have a joke. I said they gave us a weekend. They gave us a zip car for the weekend. Nice setup. Yeah.
You guys work well together.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I
we
see the
walk
magic.
around. We walk around Boston every day. We go shopping
Oh, yeah.
for
Yeah.
clothes.
We
And
fucking... whatever.
this son of a bitch, every store we go into, it's like the nice part of Boston, Boylston Street.
Yeah.
You know? It's all these nice stores, so they know us. You know.
I don't know. I've never dressed in my life. I don't know how to dress.
He dresses like a hip hop kid, like for like a 16-year-old black kid.
No, I just wear whatever's the loosest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like-
Comfortable.
Do you not like your body? That's why I wear loose
I
clothing.
don't like my body at all.
I don't like anything that shows my body, my tits or my stomach or the side
No, I
fat.
hate it.
But you seem to be in shape, Norm.
He's in grand shape.
at all, no.
That's because you wear loose clothing.
You're not fat.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll tell you something. This is weird because I was always fucking skinny, right? And I go to the doctor and he says, "We're gonna measure your fat." I said, "No, man, I'm skinny. I don't need. What are you fucking measuring?"
I'll call
my
it
body
Dr.
fat?"
Man.
He checks.
He was Dr. Man.
He checks my body. He goes, "No, you're fat." He goes, "You're both skinny and fat." Like he said,
fat.
basically like bones and fat. Like the muscle,
Wow.
there's no muscle there.
Oh.
So not a good combo. But anyways, he takes me shopping.
I take him shopping. Every store he goes in, he creates a fucking ruckus. They're like guys like we go to like semi, metrosexual guys like
Metrosexual.
Would you like to
now,
go?
Don't you think if a person said you look metrosexual, isn't that the same fucking thing as saying you look gay?
Exactly.
What the fuck's the difference?
That's gay.
But then the guy's like, we're in like these nice stores, and the guy's like, hey, why don't you go in the back and take off your shirt? What?
I don't like showing
You
my
want me to
fucking
take
body.
my shirt? Hey, this guy wants me to take my shirt off. Starts screaming. Everybody that comes in the store is like, yeah, don't ask them to take their shirt off. Like,
No,
just
man.
accuse them of
I'm like
trying to
Jim,
sexually
I swear to
harass.
God, when I was young, I was fucking skinny and shit. And when you're skinny, when you're a boy, people don't talk about that. They always say, well, fat girls have tough. But when you're fucking little or skinny as a boy, and people can beat you up, it fucking sucks.
So you didn't didn't take your shirt off even
I
as
would
a
wear,
kid?
this is how stupid I was when I was in grade 3 or 4, whatever. I'd wear 5 shirts over each other.
Just to look bigger?
Thinking was fooling.
Did you
somebody.
used to have to, in gym class, I know they used to play like shirts and skins.
Right.
And I hated that. And I was like, please make me a shirt. Because I, as a kid, didn't like fucking taking my shirt off either.
Yeah, you were probably thin.
Yeah, I was a very
Yeah,
skinny
yeah,
kid and everything. And I was like, please, God. And then when they'd say skins, I'd be like, how can I get out of this?
Yeah.
And then I'd have to go, I got a stomach ache.
There's 2 kinds of dudes, Like there's ones where they can go through a shower and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Locker room.
Guy's
naked.
12 years old, fucking showering, got a hairy big cock.
Right. And you 2 guys fucking a lady and all that stuff. I can't do that.
No. Norm played hockey with Gretzky when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Really?
But the funniest one was there. You got fucking hot stories. But there used to be a guy on the Philadelphia Flyers by the name of Dave the Hammer Schultz.
Oh, fuck yeah.
This guy was
He was an animal.
enforcer. Yeah. So when I was a little kid, at the fucking where the Canadiens played, at the Forum, I was back at fucking Schultz. The big fucking bad Flyers and shit. I couldn't find Bobby Clark, but Schultz was standing outside the bus with a big fur coat on, looked like from Slapshot or something. And so I ran up to him. I was a little kid. I'm like, hey, man, can I get your autograph, Are you smoking a cigarette? He threw the cigarette at me.
Oh, shit.
It was so funny. And then I was traumatized, but then later on I was like, that's way cooler than getting an autograph.
Being burned.
Were you good at hockey, Norm?
I was. I pulled my tendon. I pulled my fucking tendon. You guys are young, man.
Well, not really.
A fellow like me.
Yeah.
Getting up there. Listen.
Did you have a shot?
Listen, as Colin Wells knows, I've seen more sunsets than I'm gonna see.
Oh boy.
No, but I tore my tendon, and this is the first time I've been immobile in my life because I still have this crazy competitive fucking thing where I'll play 20-year-old kids and pick up basketball and get the shit beat out of me, but I still think I'm young. But this was the first time I was immobile for about 3 or 4 months. If you guys ever get there, it's a fucking portal to the future. You go, holy fuck.
Yeah. No, I noticed those aches and pains that start coming up that you weren't there before.
All of us.
And you just kind of, now you got to work through them. And Louis C.K. talks about it too when he goes to the doctor and it's just like, oh, that's just, that's what it is. That's never going away, ever.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no cure for it. There's nothing. You got to live with it. And it's like, oh, great. That's just the beginning of the falling apart sequence.
My fucking cardiologist, 68-year-old man, he's like, you got to keep walking. He goes, at our age. I go, our age? And then I realized I think I am in his bracket compared to my kid, who's 18. I'm not in his I'm closer to this 68-year-old.
Yeah.
But, whatever happens.
I talk about this in my new book, Perspectives.
That's good.
But you wish you had the... You know what everybody fucking says? They're like, hey, man, I don't care. When I get to be 80, I'll just do heroin. That's everybody fucking says
Right,
that.
right, yeah.
But I think when you get to be 80, you're like, oh, you're just scared the whole time. You're not going to do heroin.
I noticed during your...
You're hoping young people don't fucking beat you up. Imagine you walking down the street, every fucking guy and lady.
Just kick your ass.
Yeah, and they don't give a fuck about you. And you don't. I saw an old guy. This is another thing. You ever notice this? You see a fucking old guy, like 80, fucking looks like a skeleton or some shit, right? In your stupid head, you don't think you're going to get like that.
No.
I don't know why, but...
And you think it's going to be just so... like long and something might change in science or something.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed on your special, you do have a lot of bits that are very funny, but like very dark as far as the death and growing old and disease and things like that. One of the funniest goddamn things you were saying was, your odds of getting attacked by a terrorist are 1,000,001, but your heart attacking you. It's just so funny. Your heart attacks you. The heart's not.
What are the odds of your heart attacking you?
Your
That was
heart
great.
attacking
I
you.
thought that was offensive.
It was very
well,
offensive.
the people who've had heart attacks, Carl, it's a good
very
point.
offensive.
Funny to us. It's
too soon.
But like, where is that? Like, where are you as far as that goes? Are you authentically petrified of the end or of falling apart? Which isn't
I shouldn't think about it as much as I do.
You do? Do you lay there?
I go fucking. I get a lot of tests done.
Do you? Yeah,
like
make sure everything's cool. Your cholesterol.
This happened to me one time. Because, like, people say, oh, you're a hypochondriac and shit, but I'm like, no, fuck, that's not it. It's like the only chance you got is early detection. That's all you got. And so I used to go to the Mayo Clinic, in Rochester, Minnesota, every year, and I would have, this is what I would do. Because I don't, this is what doctors do. They'll just fucking, you go, hey, I got a cough. That's probably a cold.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just brush everything off, especially if they know
That's
you're a
what they told
hypochondriac.
Jim Henson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I'd go to this is what happened to me. I went to Rochester Mayo Clinic, and I would exaggerate all my symptoms. So I go to the stomach guy. He goes, "What do you got?" I go, "I fucking shitting blood, I'm coughing up blood." He go, "Holy fuck!" So he'd give me a full thing. I wanted to make sure I got a full thing. So every fucking guy, blood was coming out of my nose and ears and my asshole and everything. So anyways. Just so I get a full, clean bill of health. So I did, and then that's when I'm most happy, is just when I'm walking out of that place.
Now, how long does that last?
Doesn't last long, because
something can
obviously
pop up.
2 days later, the fucking thing can start. But then, a fucking 6 months later, I decided, I never had insurance before, so I decided to get like life insurance. Couldn't get it, right? So I was like, holy fuck, because sometimes they mix up files and shit. I said, I must have something wrong with me.
Oh, no.
And so I fucking said, why the fuck can't I get, and nobody will accept me for life insurance. Anyway, it turns out that the life insurance people are privy to all the doctor's notes.
Oh, so you were
they
saying...
got the doctor's notes. Even though I had a clean bill of health, they go, this guy's shitting blood, fucking blood everywhere,
I can insure this motherfucker.
Yeah. So they said he must have some unknown disease.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So it took me a long time, and then finally I had to get that fucking Ed McMahon life insurance. I like those guys. They're like, hey, man, will nobody fucking give you life insurance on account of you're fucking old and sick and going to die? Here, we can give it to you, $1 a month.
If you're 65 or older, you can get term life insurance.
Yeah.
And then it says doesn't kick in for 3 years, premiums, and
plus, imagine if you're the fucking guy that's asked to do that commercial.
And it's like, and no medical tests. We won't ask any medical questions.
Imagine you're an actor, like you're fucking like Robert Wagner, and you know that's like, hey man, do you think about death every fucking day, like me? Did you never fucking think of taking care of your family at any point?
Until right now when you're on your deathbed?
Until now?
Holy shit, man. Yeah, I did notice during the special there were a lot of those things, but you make them fun. It's very rare that you could use the word cancer in a bit and actually make it funny.
It was just, yeah. No, I'm not like, that's not what I talk about in stand-up. That was just a certain period of time.
No, that's what
when
I mean. You know, it's
thinking about shit like that.
Do you? I noticed because I'm very bad with me being alone with my own thoughts at night. A lot of times, if I'm just in a quiet room without the TV on, like I'll just think too much to go to sleep.
Yes.
And it could be anything. It could be like, oh, there's a kind of a program I want to maybe work on tomorrow on the computer. Or it could be, hey, I wonder when I'll die.
Yeah.
You know, and that. So I like having the TV on just for that. Are you good with your own thoughts, just laying there in the quiet?
I'm no good.
No?
I try to, because, you know, you try something to get off the whatever the fuck you'd use to quiet your mind, you know? Whether it's booze or whatever the fuck, pills, whatever it is. But I try meditation, try that, you know. To me, it worked the opposite. Like I'm sitting in a room of people, they go, just close your eyes. They go, thoughts will happen. No fucking kidding. Racing, hellish thoughts, you know? And then the guy's like, just let them go. I'm like, ah. And then you open your eyes, you look at some other fuckers right beside you. And I tried it 3 times. I could never get to any place of quiet.
No, I need a lot of distractions, and I could still operate and work. Like I could make myself, you know, go to sleep, or if I'm working on a computer or something, I'm good with the TV on or something like that.
Yeah.
But I need this constant little distraction, because if you're just left alone to your own devices, your thoughts will turn horrid.
I stumped a fucking psychiatrist once. I said to the guy, because I was fucking gambling all the time, shit, right? I had a gambling addiction. I'm over it now, but shit. But he said...
I bet you're not.
That's a good one. He almost lost everything.
Yes, Chipperson is very funny.
But he said, the psychiatrist, he said, you're using gambling, you're fixating on gambling in order to escape your real thoughts, you know. And I said to him, isn't that why you do everything in life? And literally, I stumped him.
He had no answer.
He was like, and then he recovered and tried to make it. But isn't that why you do everything?
Yes.
So you're not sitting at home
just thinking
about
what was
what's
your,
really going to happen to us?
where it all ends. What was your gambling poison there? What did you enjoy? Sports gambling.
Yeah, sports is the worst.
You weren't a casino guy, or
no? I did everything, but sports was the one that you think you can pick. You know what I mean? You delude yourself into going. You've sports gambled.
I've never sports gambled.
In your life?
Well, maybe once I got that slip and I knew nothing and I filled shit out and some guy I could have won.
What about you?
A little bit. Yeah. Not like you. I've heard the Norm stories.
I'm blackjack guy.
Oh yeah. I play blackjack.
I love blackjack.
What was your biggest loss? Do you talk about it?
Nah.
Not really, huh?
Nah.
I don't blame you.
A lot. It was a lot.
Yeah. You're over it though.
I did a stupid thing one time.
Okay, he's ready to talk.
This was my big statement I threw over at Atlantic City on the boardwalk. I threw 60,000 into the ocean.
What? No way.
Yeah, to quit. That was my thing. I'm going to quit.
Why did you just quit and keep the 60?
It was supposed to be like I felt like I was in a movie.
Wow.
That was a symbolic kind of a thing. Like, was it money or chips?
No, it was money.
That? Was money?
Holy shit.
I said chips, and he goes, what's that?
Wait, so you threw 60 grand, because you had a moment where you're like, this is cleansing, this is like, to the ocean, I committed.
The same way a drug addict would throw his drugs into the ocean.
Right.
How long after it left your hand did you regret it?
I regretted it pretty good.
See, I would have thrown the fucking dealer into the... That's how I would get over it.
I'm
Those
always surprised
stone-faced idiots.
I'm surprised that people, like dealers, don't get
killed.
Yeah.
It really is amazing because they can piss you off. I've seen dealers do things where it's like, and
where they're
in succession, where you're like, all right, look, I'm finally getting good cards. I'm pulling 20s out here. And the dealer's consistently showing a dumb 4 or a 3, and that 7, 8 pops up, and here's the ever-present picture card. Or anytime like they're dealing around, and I'm like, okay, king, and now they go around for the second one, 4. But whenever you see them showing a picture card, that down card, it's always a face card or an ace.
Every time.
Insurance.
Is that
insurance.
your game? That's your game?
Yeah, I have yelled. I've gotten to the point where the guy, my security guy, Keith the cop, had to get a pillow and bring it down because I was turning around and punching him in the shoulder so hard when they would pull this bullshit on me. And I was yelling where, like, the floor guy would come over and go, hey, Mr. Comey, you're going to have to keep it down. Because I'm just like, yeah, you motherfucker, fuck! So the pillow...
Do some people recognize you?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, it's humiliating.
And I would also use the pillow to bury my face and go like, and I have to tell the dealer, look, it's not you personally.
Yeah.
It's the cards. I'm yelling.
You reacted to an ace of diamonds the way most people react to a rape.
Yeah.
Screaming into a pillow.
Well, I fucking had an 11 and I doubled down, and you're throwing fucking almost 30 grand out there, and they give you an ace. Dude, I never get an ace.
It's funny when you see a famous guy. There used to be a guy, a weatherman here in New York named Spencer Christian.
Oh, yeah, I remember Spencer Christian.
ABC, Good Morning America. I think he also wrote, I think he was a smart guy or some shit. But anyways, I seen him in the casino at the Trump, you know, and you can spot a compulsive gambler. Like,
oh, yeah.
His eyes are... And he's on a bad roll. It's that kind of roll where you keep leaving the tables, and they're like, better luck next time. That kind of shit. And he's just the next table, and he's putting money. Everything's losing, and he's just saying, anyway, this big fat fucking family from Ohio. They go, there's that weatherman.
Oh, no, you don't want to talk to anybody.
No. So they're taking a picture, and he's like this.
Shut up and deal.
Oh, man.
Oh, exactly. I hear you.
And the other fucking horrible thing is you'll, like, lose money. You walk away from a table, a fucking craps table, right? Down like 35 fucking thousand. And as you walk away, some motherfucker goes, yeah, it's like $2 for us.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
right.
not,
It's
asshole.
not.
It's not.
Norm, can we move you over one seat?
Well, actually,
to where
Oh, Brock Lesnar is here.
I'm here. Norm has to go.
Oh, you have to leave?
Your people.
Norm's a busy man.
Your people are telling us that you have to go. If you want to stay, it's up to you.
Quick break?
You run. We start with a few minutes. I'll talk to Brock.
Go.
You run.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to.
Norm and Brock will sit there, and if you can stay, you can stay. If not,
I want to get a picture of Norm.
take your thing off. No, give your thing on.
Could you snap a picture?
Brock, come sit.
Hey, Brock, come on over. It's just a busy day.
Yeah, they snuck in.
Someone show Brock where he is.
Brock's right here. Oh, he's waiting for the picture.
Okay,
I finally meet you guys, man.
All right.
Colin, you're out of here too. Later, buddy.
Come on, buddy.
Colin Quinn, Long Story Short, premieres on HBO a week from Saturday at 10 p.m. See you soon, Kyle.
Hi, Melinda. That's your ex?
Yeah.
Girlfriend?
Yeah.
What,
Do you want to?
Schimmel?
I hope.
There you go, buddy.
Where'd Colin go?
Colin just ran out.
Fucking mess. I love it.
It's a clusterfuck.
You stay around. Colin, where you going?
We actually are on the air.
Hi, Brock. How are you?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Thanks for coming in.
You know Norm MacDonald behind you, just so you know the people? That's Norm.
Colin Quinn and Norm MacDonald.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Go somewhere.
Good.
I'll be back. I'm just
taking a lot of pictures.
All right, can they do it out? They can do it outside, right? Can they take the pictures outside? Oh my God! All right, we're taking pictures. Brock Lesnar, you really walked into a clusterfuck, but we're happy that you're here. Thanks for coming.
Good morning.
Yeah, thanks for doing our show. It wasn't easy to get you on the show.
Yeah,
I'm happy to do it.
What time did you get up this morning?
Way too fucking early. You text me that you're coming down.
Can we do this outside? Can we everybody do this outside, please? I'd like to fuck with everybody, but Norm.
Nice to meet you.
I love you, Norm. Good seeing you, buddy. I'm happy you're here. But, no, I love you very much, actually.
because he loves Brock Lesnar more.
Because I'm happy Brock is here, and people are doing a photo session in the fucking booth.
Don't wear it out.
We knew this would be a clusterfuck.
That's all right.
I want to ask him about the 50,000 he lost on a home run, but next time. Norm MacDonald was great. great on the show today.
Oh, yes, he was.
Holy shit. Brock,
All
sorry.
right, Brock is here.
Sorry, Brock.
All right, now we are ready.
Yes.
For Brock Lesnar.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't
Colin
like that
edged
network
you out?
very much.
Yeah. Thank you. I did edge him out. You were shut out of fucking roast without me.
Why are you screaming at me? If we both hate the same people, it's not each other.
Remember the time you two were getting in the elevator after that award show?
Colin, fucking,
What a
yeah,
award
why
show.
don't you do roast, man? That roast you did to Artie was fucking awesome.
Oh, because they don't fucking bring me on as roast.
Why?
I don't know.
They should.
You're
You'd
the
be very
king.
funny.
They don't bring Jimmy on either.
They always want the new people. Oh, hey, guess what? There's a young girl that's middling attractive that swears a lot. Let's get her. Right? Is that the new fucking thing?
Yeah.
Sarah
Hot
Silverman,
girls-
hysterical.
Right.
Who's funnier than her?
Nobody.
No, except dudes. But,
Nobody.
but I think she spawned these other ladies. That they forget that she's funny, and they think the whole point is just to be
Semi-hot.
attractive, and then talk about sucking cock. And
You got to
crazy
show a
shit.
lot of leg. You got to show a lot of leg with
Yeah,
little
yeah,
skirts on, and then talk about sucking cock and manipulating balls with your hand, and it's hysterical.
Bring back Phyllis Diller. Some ugly old bag. Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Those are the funny ladies.
Wow.
Whoa, that is old.
The funny ladies always used to be ugly old bags. Or Roseanne, you know what I mean? Or,
No one was funny when they would have a comedian on, like, and the fucking very dry wit of that whole
well,
thing.
the
And you're
problem is if
special.
one guy don't like you and he owns the cameras, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But I think it was also that Oldmeyer, when he actually would say something about, like, OJ, like, you know, if he got pissed, then Norm would just say, all right, fuck him, and do, like, 5 more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Other people would go like, hey, okay,
Yeah, like they'd
I'll
lay
keep
back.
my gig.
Yeah, we didn't listen to anybody. And also, I don't think also we were listening to people within Saturday Night Live, which was probably a mistake, too. You know, because Jim was, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How about my impression of Jim that everybody hates?
Yeah.
I hate it too.
How could they hate that? It's great.
It's right on the money.
I don't even know who it is. It sounds like him.
It's perfect.
Hey, man, who got a comedy award? Anybody here?
Damn, I think one person did.
Huh?
Who?
You?
I've
Saying the comedy
I've
awards
never
was a
got,
big,
no, the comedy awards. You don't know about the comedy
it
awards?
was a big event the other night.
Big event.
Well, I wasn't there.
The Lifetime Achievement Award, Tina Fey, I think.
No, Eddie.
Eddie Murphy.
Well, that.
No, what did Tina get? The Mark Twain Award.
Well, how do you get that one?
You have to be as good as Mark Twain.
that's a dumb fucking award name.
I was nominated for one, but I didn't get anything.
You didn't get Mark?
No.
You
Shut out of
were nominated for anything.
I was nominated
for special?
Shut out of most consecutive roasts. I was nominated for. Fucking network.
What if they jump in the stands?
Yeah, I've seen that happen. Give me a break.
Hold on, I gotta get this. So Norm, you were on Saturday Night Live.
What a
Yeah, until Colin showed up.
I know. Colin took your gig.
He took my gig. He took my apartment.
Did he take the apartment too?
Yeah, I moved in the same building as Norm.
No, you really are a fuck.
Single white female.
No, there was one moment. Colin probably doesn't remember it, but I was walking to the elevator, and he was coming off the elevator. Do you remember that?
What do you mean? It happened all the time.
No, I know, but this
Maybe a little more detail, Norm.
That time you took the elevator.
This was after I had left, and you had come on, and it was like I don't know, it was poignant to me.
Sort of a changing of position.
You went to shake Norm's hand and he spit in your face. Do you remember that time?
No, Colin was awesome, though.
You didn't have any animosity toward Colin.
Not
after
towards
that.
Colin. No, I love Colin.
Now, I heard you were taken off of that show because the OJ situation.
Who knows? I don't think it was really.
You don't
that.
think that was it?
No, I don't really think it was.
Because you
that.
gave OJ a little guff, and most people were just treating him like a saint.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. I know people said that and shit. But I think, I think it was because I didn't get laughs all the time and shit. And like, Oldmeyer was watching Leno, who would get laughs wall to wall every fucking
Yeah,
night.
but that isn't what it was about.
I know, but I can understand his point.
I kind of liked the delivery.
That was it.
Yeah, you watch the TV. This fucking guy.
I know,
He
TV.
doesn't know shit.
TV's like extinct now.
TV's for the old fuckers. I watch the YouTube, fucking face, all that shit.
Yes.
Hey, what about this new thing?
What's that?
No, it's called Colors. Have you heard about it?
Oh, we were just talking about
Hey,
that.
I'm a fan of colors.
We were just talking about
Isn't
that.
that
The picture
fucking weird? No, but it's only 150 yards.
Yeah.
People within 150 yards.
Yeah.
You got it yet?
I don't know. It seems a little fucking weird.
It is weird.
Like a guy in your apartment building can,
can see what you're doing depending on where he is.
Yeah, maybe you could figure out where a lady was, like looking at the layout of her apartment, and then maybe I don't know.
I think it'll come in handy for.
I don't know what it is.
I think it'll come in handy
what it is,
for
man.
football players on the field because it's 150 yards, so he pretty much covers the field, and they could probably figure out what the other team's going to do based on what they're doing with their color.
You don't watch a lot of football, right?
No, none at all.
150 yards.
Well, you got to consider the end
Canadian
zone.
football.
I was considering the end zones.
Oh, okay, I got it.
The entire field.
You're still off, though, a little bit.
Why? How long are the end zones?
10, right?
It's got to be longer than 10.
No, it's not. It's got to clear. It's
Canadian football?
No.
No, real football.
You got the 100 yards, and then how wide is the end zone?
It seems about 10, right?
Yeah, let's go with 10.
That's it?
So you were off by 30 yards.
30. What about after there, but behind the end zone to the wall?
All right, now you're talking 150 yards.
Like what the mind of a comic and what makes him like that? Well, we're done with you. There he is. Norm.
Did you get my fucking text about your show?
No.
I love it.
We're on the air.
It's okay.
Yeah, of course.
It's good. They're greeting each other.
Oh, hey,
Norm
nice to meet
MacDonald,
you.
Anthony.
What's up, boys? Good. I see you.
The rest of the group. Yeah. I do my YouTube videos and stuff. It's fun, you fuck off a little bit here and there.
Kevin Farley?
How you doing?
Sit down, Norm.
Pleasure. Take a seat. I think we're kind of running out of seats. Take the couch right there.
Hilarious special too, by the way.
That is nice.
Oh my God. Saw the special the other night.
We're not on the fucking
Oh,
radio.
yeah. We do that.
Yes,
you can say fucking. That's how we roll.
We're on the radio right now?
We just bring it in and let it roll. That's how that works.
I know, you're looking at
the picture.
Colin's looking at a picture of Hitler.
That's my room. I'm looking for different motifs.
That's your screensaver?
That's my screensaver.
I gotta put on my cans, man.
Jim Norton.
Yeah, we just saw
Jimmy Norton.
You can see it.
See, we like bringing everybody in at different times. The host of the show, the
This
guests.
is fun. I saw you guys on the YouTube, I saw you and Jim and you.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
On YouTube. Fun on the YouTube.
Yeah, you never watch fucking YouTube? What the fuck?
When I first met you and I saw you, I was like, oh, he's doing like a Jerry Norm thing.
Yeah, completely.
Seinfeld and Norm. I think Attell and Dangerfield were my...
Yes.
Every comic you'd see, Joe Mackey was like Hedberg and Eugene Merman.
Wow.
You could always see who people were kind of influenced by in their first couple years. And for you, it was Norm MacDonald. I still remember when he made it to the finals on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He made it to the $1 million question, and he bailed because it was for charity. But it turned out he knew the right answer. So this is a guy who, by all accounts, was like self-educated.
Yeah.
And made it that far. I mean,
Tell me what you want to do.
I think Pinehurst is too obvious, so I guess I will say what's the matter? Greenbrier. What are you making that face for?
I'm scared to death.
Okay, I'll just give it $500,000.
All right. What do you think?
I have no idea. I said my guess.
Did you say Greenbrier?
Yeah.
You would have won $1 million, but
really one of the best comedy minds of all time. I remember Colin Quinn told me a story once that, one of my favorite musicians ever, Leonard Cohen, being a Canadian, would go see Norm MacDonald play.
Whoa.
And Norm was like, who's this guy? Who's this old guy? He didn't care that Leonard Cohen was a Norm MacDonald fan.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Not just his stand-up, but I mean, an edgy, underappreciated Weekend Update anchor.
Oh, the best. Easily the best Weekend guy.
And I believe he followed Kevin Nealon, who I thought was great as well.
Nealon was great.
Yeah, different type of anchor.
Yeah, Dennis Miller was always like lauded as the best one, and then I feel like Norm kind of took it over.
Well, Norm was our guy. It's almost like people were like, I'm a Letterman guy, and then we're like, well, we're Conan guys.
Right.
That's kind of what Norm was. Remember, he did a bit that defended Tiger Woods that I thought was hilarious on the show, and the bit was basically like, how many... Well, he's like, yeah, he cheated, but think about how many women hit on him. Like he goes, how many women hit on you in this many years? He goes, 1 in 10 years. He goes, Tiger had like this many hundred. He only slept with this many.
Right.
And he did the math. He goes, he's more faithful than you are. That's a great angle for a bit.
Great angle.
Also, Tiger is different than you and me. Now, how many chances do we have in our life to commit adultery? Maybe 10. So if we stray once... It's not even 10. We just think it's 10. If we stray once, that's 10%. Now, Tiger may have had sex with 50 or 60 girls, but what about the 3 million he could have but didn't? You got to factor those gals in. Then that makes the percentage 0.000000006, which statistically is 0. So, from a strictly mathematical standpoint, Tiger Woods is the most faithful man who has ever lived.
A lot of great comics are like, well, I think it was more like the media was tearing Tiger to shreds, and even though we can agree what he did was wrong, I think he felt for him, and that was his way of being like, I feel for this guy that is being railroaded. Like when you see the Tiger doc, you do feel for him.
Sure,
you know?
of course.
There's nuance to the picture, and he added nuance. That's what I think. That's what I took from the bit. He was a true comic legend. I mean, so many comics revered him. He was a comics comic, and it's rare for those guys to break through and have the mainstream success that Norm had. But he really did. You know.
Yeah.
He had a lot of failed pilots, but he kept getting the pilots because I think he was one of those guys. I think even the suits were like, nah, he's good. Like, he had that kind of pure, tall, good-looking guy. Great observational, could work clean. Kind of had all the tools of what a mega star stand-up should have, but he was just so dry and such a disruptor, that would get in the way sometimes. But,
totally.
You know. I met him twice, and the first time I met him was I was doing this comedy style competition at Caroline's, and it was the Final Four. It was me, Dan Soder, who eventually beat me in the final two. It was me, Soder, Nick Cobb, and Adam Newman.
Wow.
And Norm MacDonald was just chilling in the crowd watching.
Damn.
And he couldn't have been nicer. He was so freaking nice to all of us.
Yeah.
Complimenting our acts, being like, man, I could never do this type of thing, you know. So cool. And then the other time I met him was on Last Comic Standing when he was a judge, and I got eliminated in the first round. I had a pretty good set, better than a lot of people who moved on, but it's NBC, let's face it.
That's how it goes.
But I remember I had one joke that Norm singled out and goes, that joke is gold. And that to me was like, it was, to me, I didn't even feel that bad. I got locked off because I was like, Norm MacDonald, who is the judge that I connected to his work the most. It was Roseanne and Keenan. I connect to Roseanne's politics, of course. But no, but it was Roseanne and Keenan Ivory Wayans. And like, obviously I love In Living Color, but Norm, I'm a comic. Norm was the guy I connected with. And the joke he loved was I said, you know, my last girlfriend was a hoarder and she broke up with me, which stings extra hard. I'm like the one thing she can get rid of. And he said he loved that joke. And then I got Keenan kind of digged me in the last comic thing. He said, I like some of your jokes, but not all of them. And I said, well, I loved all your scary movie films. And it got a huge laugh. And he's I only did the first two. And I was like, all right. I remember I saw Norm in like the food. He couldn't let it pass. He couldn't take the L on that one. I knew I was out after that.
Right.
And then I'm walking through the thing. It was like a break. I guess they were taking a break, the paid audience. And I see Norm and he goes, I really like that you dug it.
Oh.
So that was a special moment.
He's the real deal. He really is.
Yeah, I think he could tell. And I said I met you once at Caroline's, and I told him I really like it.
I think you started out as a writer for Roseanne, which many people consider probably the best sitcom pre-Seinfeld or of the 90s, the best like traditional sitcom of the 90s. And you were a writer on that show for a bunch of years, right?
Yeah. I started with stand-up, and then Roseanne saw me do stand-up and hired me. That was my first job in actual show business.
And what was that like? I mean, again, every stand-up comic hopes to get discovered or like hopes to get his first job or whatever. I mean, were you like literally you had no other experience before writing for Roseanne other than stand-up on like one of the hugest shows of the 90s?
No, I had none, and really, it was only because Roseanne liked stand-up that I got the job. Like, I don't think I ever would have got it traditionally. And then, when I was on the show, it was cool, because it was just me and one other stand-up, and Roseanne only liked us. Because she hated, like, Harvard writers, and she hated, like, you know, that snobby kind of, what she perceived as snobby.
Right, right.
And she really loved stand-up, so she was very hard on the writers, except for me and this other guy.
And she was notorious for, like, basically saying, this is my show, ABC. Do not come down here and, you know, you higher-ups and try to tell me how it's going to be. It's my show, and she did control everything, and to her credit, she did, because, I mean, the whole first,
yeah, it was
great.
Fascinating, because the writers every week would complain, because Roseanne would want everything changed, and then the show would be great, and then they'd complain again, like they never understood that she actually realized more what the show was than they did.
Right.
And her big thing was, there's too many jokes. That was always her thing. Like, what's with all these jokes? Like, and so she like kill all the pad or all the one-liners, and the writers didn't like that, because it's sort of an easy way to write. You know, you just pepper a bunch of little jokes in there.
Right, like Night Court.
She was more into character, and she called it like an anti-sitcom.
Yeah, and relationships, and that's why that show was so brilliant, because of the relationships between her and her kids, and the relationship between her and Dan. I mean, are there any particular episodes that you can remember writing that stand out, that said, oh, that's Norm Macdonald's? Like Conan O'Brien always says about The Simpsons, oh, the monorail episode is the one I wrote. Was there a Roseanne one that stood out to you?
Yeah, there was one that kind of broke my heart, because a girl won an Emmy for writing it, even though I wrote it.
Oh, no.
And the way it works in show business and TV writing is it's just one person can write the episode. So even though it was my complete notion, this other girl wrote it, but it was based on my mother talking to my grandmother, and the episode was Roseanne's mother dies, and she has to explain it, or her father dies rather, and she has to explain it to her mother, and her mother can't hear her on the phone, you know, because she's got bad hearing.
Right.
So it actually happened with my mother. So she's trying to tell. She starts off sad, but she ends up like screaming into the phone, you know, so that her mother can hear it.
Oh no! And that actually happened to you.
That actually happened to me, yeah, and then I had to watch this girl win an Emmy for writing.
Oh, man. Go up there and accept it. Did she even thank you, or did she mention you in the acceptance speech?
No. That would have given it up.
Oh, no. Well, that sucks.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
I have some bad news. Dad is not with us anymore. I said Dad has passed away.